wake up and let the weirdness begin. It's the KVJ Show to start your morning. Kevin is the host, and his skin pigment is whiter than Casper the Ghost. Virginia sounds like this. Nickname Vicious Beast, so don't get her pissed. It's Jason, talks like a spaz, and they love to talk about Bigfoot and stats. So get ready, here we go. You're listening to 97.9 with the KVJ Show.
All right, here we go. Welcome to the KVJ Show. Happy Wednesday.
Woohoo!
It's World Record Wednesday today.
Yeah, it is.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, boy. Bird attempting another feat today.
What big feat you got today?
Defeat.
Oh,
Defeat.
Defeat.
That's not very positive.
That's not the attitude we want from you.
No.
It requires balance with my bitch-ass grip and hands.
Wait, balance and good grip?
It's sort of grip. It involves poker chips, balancing,
All right, you're right. Defeat.
wrist action. I don't know.
So they did send us some grip gloves yesterday. Maybe you could try those for the world record attempt.
Yeah, they look like football gloves that you would wear like in a football game. You want those?
That'd be cheating, y'all. That's the equivalent of steroids.
You're
Okay.
a purist.
Yeah, I'm a purist. I want to fail with purity in my heart.
Like I did last week.
All right, well, you can tune in for that just after 7 o'clock today here on the KVJ Show. Disney Plus Day is coming up. We'll give you a rundown of all the features you can check out with that. And also going to be telling you about getting Halloween Horror Night tickets. How can you do it? Details on the way.
What are you thinking about? What are you thinking about? What's on your mind? Are you thinking about? What are you thinking about?
What you thinking about today, Jaybird?
Well, I saw on the Kevin Ralston's Twitter, he posted up a picture where he was meditating. And I remember back in the day, you were really into meditating. And I'm trying to get back into it now. And I'm struggling in the beginning process. But that does happen a lot in the beginning where you are going to stumble. Don't get discouraged if you are trying to meditate and it's not working in the beginning. Are you still on your journey?
No, I'm not. Bailed on it.
Medicate. That's my journey.
Yeah.
Was it because it was too time consuming, or was it you weren't seeing the results? Both?
I felt like the results were minimally impactful, and it was too time consuming, and I just had too many other things going on.
What were you doing per day? Do you remember?
It was about maybe a 10-minute meditation session, and it was using this app that you could get. In fact, they have their own Netflix channel that is on there that you can use, and you can download it. And I think I ran out of my free service, and I was like, I don't think I'm going to pay for this.
Is it on Netflix, though? So if you went there, it's free because you already pay for Netflix?
It's on there. I don't know what you have on it because I've never watched it.
They've got a bunch of free stuff on YouTube. So before you pay for anything, whether it's lessons or go to YouTube first. There's a lot of great stuff, especially about guided meditation where they help you throughout the whole process.
Yeah, I think it's really good, and I learned a lot from it. In fact, after a while with meditation, you can get to the point where you can kind of quiet your mind and you can really expedite the process and get yourself to a centered point of focus a lot more quickly by doing some of the techniques that you learned. So it ultimately was valuable.
There was a time in my life where I got really deeply into it, and I did notice a pretty good change in my personal life. But like anything, life happens, and it really does. It's like flossing your teeth. It's flossing your mind, really. And I know a lot of people try to get into it, and they swear, either A, doesn't help them, or they just can't get it done. I think it takes a lot of practice.
It does. It takes some time. As soon as I quit this show, I'm going to get back into it.
I know. We're too busy medicating.
Well, I think, too, like when you have a family and you have a wife or a husband and multiple kids and you're getting pulled in this direction and that direction, sorry, I got to do laundry. I got to, make dinner. I don't have time to, sit cross-legged, crisscross applesauce with my fingers in a snap position and just, be there for 10 minutes. I just don't have that.
And people that are into meditation would say that's just you making excuses. Everybody has time to meditate. It's something where you have time to floss your teeth. You have to make time. You have to take something out of your life, and they say that's how beneficial it is.
I do have barely enough time to floss my teeth.
Tell me if you believe what the Dalai Lama said. He said if every 8-year-old in the world is taught meditation, we will eliminate violence from the world within one generation, but every single child would have to do it. You couldn't leave one out.
Yeah.
Do you think that's true, or is that just a big bold headline to get people to meditate?
I don't believe that.
You do not?
I do not believe that, no, because I think there's got to be some other education that comes along with it. I think that you can quiet your mind, and it is good for you. I don't think it's a bad habit for any kids at all. So I'm not discouraging it, but I think that there probably needs to be a little added education that goes along with the meditation for it to be as impactful as what he's stating.
And I think he's talking about meditation on the whole idea of compassion towards others. I think it would be more of a guided meditation.
Yeah.
I was paraphrasing that a little bit.
Yeah.
But you're right, though.
I could see some guided meditation being a lot more effective. Yeah, I think it wouldn't hurt.
I think it would help, but yeah, to eliminate violence completely in one generation, I don't know.
I think it would cut down on it because I look at a lot of the violence that happens in schools with these kids, and these kids get caught up in it. Their mind is racing, and they can't pull themselves back into a centralized place of compassion and understanding. Some kids just don't have it. And, unfortunately, a lot of these kids, they go through a lifetime of abuse or dysfunction and things like that kind of get them to where they are. It wouldn't hurt.
I don't think it would hurt either. I like it. Good round table. Very nice.
Good round table at a square table.
What's on your mind today, Virginia?
Well, I had date night last night.
Okay.
Panda. We were kid-free, which was weird. And we had Taco Tuesday.
Oh, that's real hot.
And I don't know if you know this, but, last month was Restaurant Month with Discover the Palm Beaches.
Yeah.
This month is Flavor Palm Beach. It's the same exact concept. Restaurant deals continuing here in the month of September. Just go to flavorpb.com. We went to Calaveras Cantina.
Oh, yeah. Went there the other day.
I love that place.
It's great.
We had a 3-course meal, and it was only $35 a person, and it was really good.
That is awesome.
It was a
great tequila there, by the way.
Great tequila. I had a few tequilas. I was feeling real happy.
What did you eat?
We started with guacamole and flautas. And then we had the fajitas, and Panda had the tacos, and then we had the churros.
Okay, so y'all lighting it up for date night.
Oh, we were getting down.
I'm saying.
We rolled out of there feeling not sexual.
I was going to say.
Yeah, it's like,
Nobody got action on date night because we both felt so fat.
yeah.
What a farty date night. Yeah.
We rolled out of there. We were like, oh my God, I'm so full. I can't move.
I'm not sure if that's lovemaking food.
It was not. I can tell you, there was no love to be made on date night.
None, huh?
We both went home, laid in bed and moaned, and then eventually fell asleep.
Okay.
It was moans of food pain, not ecstasy.
Not ecstasy. No.
Yeah. But if you want these deals, it's now through the end of September. Go to flavorpb.com. You can see all the restaurants, and there are a bunch of them participating. I love a deal.
People in the chat were saying you got to do the adult stuff first, then go eat your food.
I know. We did it all wrong. We were trying to be healthy. We went to the gym together.
Oh, you did?
We did. We were working out before we went to date night.
What did you guys do on a group workout?
So I've been doing a little bit of weights and cardio, and that's what I did. And he just did all weights.
I've been noticing every now and then you'll start doing your squats in mid-walk.
I do squats a lot now. I'm really trying to tighten it up.
Okay.
My last year in my 40s, if I don't do it now, it's just going to be loose.
Okay, loose, huh? All right. What I got on my mind here today, I discovered a new song by one of my favorite bands, The Killers. But there are a couple things about this song that kind of spoke to me and let me know that I'm getting a little bit older. First thing was, I just discovered this song, and I'm like, oh, brand new song. And I looked at the video. It's been out for 3 weeks. How the heck did I miss that?
You missed it. It snuck by you.
Well, I know, when I was younger, if one of my favorite bands came out with a new song, I was on it day one. But I didn't have a lot of things to focus on, except for just my favorite band coming out with a new song. Two, the other thing that I got, and I'm having a hard time, are you an old dog that feels like they can't learn a new trick? Because the song is titled Boy, lowercase B-O-Y. And I am having a real hard time breaking what my mom ingrained in me as a child. She was one of those grammar Nazis and punctuation. And now everybody on social media and through texting, no one uses capital letters anymore for titles and to start sentences. And sometimes they don't use punctuation. I notice with all the texts that we get here, in my old eyes, I can barely even read the sentence. I'm like, wait a minute, what are they trying to say here? And
Punctuation's no longer cool or necessary in texting when you're younger. I heard somebody say it on a reality show because one dude was asking another dude, hey, what should I text this girl? And he wanted to put a comma in there. And the guy's like, no, dude, don't put a comma. You look old.
And that's why I feel like we're getting dumber. And I'm aging out of earth. And I'm not even a person that's a stickler about grammar, but we got to have some law. You got to spell boy the right way.
Well, it's crazy for me. I honestly, I'm struggling reading today because it takes a while with the texts that come in to the show. I'm like, okay, wait a minute. What?
You have to slow down and know what the inflection is and what words go.
Right. There was actually,
tricky.
believe it or not, I believe there's a functional reason why we write with capital letters and use punctuation.
Of course.
And the problem is with everyone's texts that come in, when you do that, I've got to rewrite it before I reread it on the show because if you hear me be like, what did Kevin just say? That didn't even make sense. It's one complete run-on sentence.
So when you're texting us, just remember, you're texting old people. Use punctuation and capitalization.
But can young people read it right? I mean, is it just what your eyes are trained for?
I think the younger generation reads it right, and we don't because we've relied on the punctuation and the capitalization to help us.
Don't stop being you. Don't stop being correct.
Also, don't stop believing.
Just don't. You're doing it right.
I don't. Here's the thing. I had to sit down with myself today after I saw this, and I said, I can't do it. I just, and it was the first time it really clicked for me because I've always heard the saying, old dog, new tricks. And I realized this is one new trick. This old dog, I can't get. I just, hands up in the air, I surrender. It is
real. It is absolutely real, though. It's out there, and it is tricky. It makes it trickier if you're an older dog.
Yeah, I surrender. I got to tell you, I can't read it. I have to rewrite it to try to read it to then even understand it. My brain can't even compute it.
Y'all help Kevin out. If you're going to text the show, punctuation and capitalization would really go a long way.
It does help me, yeah. I'm not going to lie. Remember,
Just
I'm an
help
old
a
dog.
brother out.
Yeah, help me out. So
it's okay. You're not alone.
Okay.
You're not alone, and I just don't change.
Yeah, I didn't know if anyone else was having that same struggle, but my eyes can't pick it up.
Every text I get from my daughter, I struggle with. Because, yeah, they're not the same. Mm-hmm. They don't text like us.
Yeah, and I just wonder if this is the way of the world now. Will communication be fine or will it suffer? And can young eyes read it and understand it? Or is it just me?
It's definitely not just you.
Okay. That's good to know.
Look, I'm old over here, too. I'm old and disgruntled as well, Kevin.
It's kind of a weird little thing going on. Did you see that video where it looked like Harry Styles spit on Chris Pine?
Kevin, Twitter is outraged.
Yeah, did he or did he not?
They're saying that he did not, and it was all good. And I don't know if he just flat out spit on him or he spit out maybe something they had in his mouth. It kind of looked like that. It kind of looked like a little playful thing to me. Thought that was what was going on because of the way Chris Pine reacted. It wasn't like he was upset. He looked like, okay, all right, you got me. Kind of like two people would mess around.
It was Twitter got all mad. So social media made this a thing.
Yeah.
And then people started piling on him. It was clearly a joke, right?
I don't think anything necessarily even happened, according to what they're saying. They made it all serious, like, oh, Chris and Harry have nothing but respect for each other. But to me, it looked like, Harry Styles just kind of nonchalantly was and spit something in his lap and then sat down and kind of played it off. And I was like, oh, that's kind of funny.
It's the misspelling of the words and stories like this that are going viral. That's why this world's going to hell in a handbasket.
Yeah. Well, Harry Styles is doing the acting thing now. He said that it's a lot more challenging than music, but he's doing pretty well. He's got another big old feature that's going to be coming out other than this movie, so he's got a lot of projects working on. And, by the way, he still has the #1 song in the world.
Well, that was what everyone was saying on social media. His performance in the movie isn't good, and the only reason why
it wasn't good.
The reason why he got it was because this was going on. He was getting with the director.
The director.
The female director.
Oh, okay.
That is.
That's not Olivia Wilde? Is that
Yeah,
Olivia
that's
Wilde?
what it is.
That's a
It's
fact.
It's Olivia Wilde.
Ah,
They're saying
so-
he got the gig because he was doing the nasty.
Okay.
According to my sources, Kev.
Yeah, there's been a lot of odd drama on that movie. That was one
That's
that,
happened for so many years with the role reversal of the genders. Girls sleeping
Yeah.
with directors. I think it's about time that you switch it up. Have a girl director and she gets to bone young guys.
Well, this is not the first time a female director has had sex with an actor.
I love
And
it.
I'm not over here casting judgment. I'm just giving you the dish.
It should happen more.
Okay. Yeah, and then they had that drama with Shia LaBeouf, right? He was...
Awful and mean and angry.
Yeah, well, that was the debate. Did he leave willingly or not? And then he provided some proof that she was trying to beg him to not go.
I can't believe that guy's still getting gigs. Out of everyone that gets canceled, LaBeouf is still around?
Yeah, no, he actually just got booked for a movie with a massive cast. I can't remember everybody that's in it who's directing, but it's the A-list creme de la creme, and he's amongst it. So he's still in it, man.
Back in it, baby.
Despite how terrible he is as a human.
There's 9,000 stories about how messed up he is.
No, I guess it's just his talent is that great that people can't deny, and they'll still book him for movies. I was kind of surprised by this. Do you guys all brush your teeth before bed?
I
'cause
brush my teeth.
Usually you've just eaten and you have to brush your teeth after you eat.
I just have to. It's just something that I do. I mean, unless I'm massively hammered,
Well,
that's the only way. And I wake up the next day and be like, oh my gosh, I didn't brush my teeth. And I feel like 10 times worse.
I don't like waking up with that feeling in my mouth.
It's terrible. It's terrible. But according to stats, when you talk about bedtime rituals, only 63% of us always brush our teeth. 24% do it half the time. So if you look at that number, 37% of people are really never brushing their teeth.
Is that in this country or is England part of this study?
I think this is a U.S. study.
It all starts with how you raise your kid. If you drill it into their head when they're little, I think they grow up to do it. If your parents didn't drill it into your head, then you just don't do it.
They say 10% never brush before bed. Which I was like, wow, 10, like just never. 1 out of 10 of us never will brush before they go to bed. I was just really kind of flabbergasted by that.
So when you wake up in the morning, is brushing your teeth the first thing you do, or do you wait a little bit, get some coffee in you, and then brush before you leave for work?
Last and first. It's always my last and first. Last thing I do before I go to bed, first thing I do in the morning.
First thing you do. Okay, so
Yeah.
you'll probably pee, obviously. Pee, then you'll brush your teeth.
Actually, I'll usually brush the teeth and then pee.
Wow. My man's got great bladder control. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, I do.
Enjoy it. They say as you get older, the male bladder does not agree with you.
She's just trying to bring us down because she's knocking on menopause's door. Don't listen to her. Don't listen to her negativity, Kev.
I'm filling my body with injections and pills. I'm fighting menopause as long as possible.
Does that fight it?
Yeah,
So it combats menopause. You can combat menopause?
absolutely.
I learned so much on this program.
38% said that they brush their teeth before bed at least once a week. 29% say never. Wow. Okay. That's just kind of crazy. Some of the other things that we do before bed. Do you guys wash your face before bed?
I take a shower. I like showers.
People may think this is gross, but I never wash my face before bed.
Well, you don't wear makeup. It's
Yeah.
different.
Okay.
I think girls, we kind of have to. Otherwise, you're going to wake up look like you've been wrestling a clown on your pillow.
Okay.
So, yeah, I mean, especially if you, like I did last night, you go out for date night, you put on a full face of makeup, and you come home, 3 hours later, you've got to wash your face. Otherwise, it's a disaster.
I just notice I sleep better if I take a shower before. I need every kind of piece of help I can get trying to go to bed.
Okay.
And taking a hot, I'm talking real hot, to the point of pain.
Yeah?
To relax you.
Okay. The pain relaxes you?
Never mind. I should have said it.
He's talked about this before.
All right.
He beats himself up physically right before bed, so then he's
Yeah.
exhausted.
That's not true.
You slam your foot into like wood.
It's not a common practice. I know I've talked about that before. It's not an every night thing.
But it's weird.
Doc, I'm okay. I'm at peace with what I am. It is very weird.
How long do you think you lay in bed and hang out before you go to sleep? They say average is 44 minutes, where you'll just sit there and kind of surf through TikTok or the internet, watch TV, that kind of stuff. 44 minutes on average.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, I might be.
Different every single night.
Okay. You never know, huh? 71% set an alarm before bed or have one preset on our phone. I do that. You guys you don't do an alarm, right,
I haven't
Bird?
set an alarm in quite some time.
That's crazy to me.
I wake up on the hour.
If I didn't set an alarm, I would still be sleeping.
I wake up on the hour like a cuckoo clock. Cuckoo, cuckoo, but I never hear. I hear it, but I just don't see it.
Just in your head.
Yeah.
It's not
What?
on your phone.
I don't know, dog. I'm on the edge.
Do you hit snooze, Virginia?
I do. I
Okay.
love snooze.
1 in 5 do. 20%.
I can go right back to sleep, too.
Really? Okay.
I hit the snooze, I fall right back asleep, and then I'm like,
I've seen it several times. It is quite annoying how peacefully she sleeps. I mean,
She zonks right out.
I told you about how we were on the RV and Joe Ponton's driving, hitting every pothole possible. I see her body jumping up in the air and just fall right back on the bed.
Not a problem. Yeah.
So peaceful.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I'm barely hanging on.
screaming about how you caught COVID.
Cuckoo clock per hour over here.
Yeah. It's pretty amazing. Well, Jaybird's got a lot of interesting items in his house. If you've ever seen any of the videos that he has, you can see that he's got toys and figurines all over the place, the wall, and little spaceships hanging from the ceiling, and aliens everywhere, and pizza decor.
I'm trying to get it ready for our Cribs episode, but it's just not right yet.
Okay.
There's still projects I want to get done to feature it
Just
on the
not
Cribs.
quite there.
It's
Welcome to
not.
being a homeowner. It's never going to be done.
But your projects and my projects are way different. You're trying to do stuff to your patio. I don't want to show Cribs off until I show off my Karate Kid wing. I don't want to show it off until I show you my alien surgery room.
We are different, but we are the same. Every homeowner always feels like, oh, there's just a couple more things I need to do, a couple more investments. Oh, it's bringing up my home's value. Everybody says that.
I'm just trying to make my house the adult version of Willy Wonka place. That's what I want. I want it to be Willy Wonka's adult version.
I see like a Pee-wee's Playhouse.
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
That's
somewhere-
funny.
Somewhere along there.
Yeah.
So, with all that in consideration, how many of these items does Jaybird actually have in his house? Mermaid lamps. I'll put the number at 7. Is the actual number over or under 7, Virginia?
I mean, mermaid lamps sound cool.
They do.
I hope it's over. Let's go over.
What do you think, Denny's?
I think it's just under, but I also hope that it's over.
Okay. Denny's is...
They have boobies, so that's why I think it should be over, because he loves boobies.
Yes.
Denny's is right. He's only at 4 right now.
Well, Virginia got me this awesome mermaid lamp kind of a thing, and it did set me off on a whole mermaid run.
Is this why you say your house is incomplete? Because you just don't have enough mermaid lamps?
There's just not enough of a lot of things right now.
All right.
But there's so much of everything.
Yeah, I hear you. It's just not quite ready yet.
Okay.
It's close.
He's getting there. You can't rush perfection.
Exactly, Kevin.
Okay, what about Pee Wee Herman dolls? Is the number over or under 4? What do you think, Denny's?
Pee Wee Herman dolls. I've seen a few. I'm going to put it, I know he wants to get the Pee Wee Herman playset. I'm going to put it at 4
Well,
or
we all
more.
have goals.
I just know that's on his radar.
Yeah.
I'm thinking he's at 4 or more. I do. I'd say over.
Okay, you're going to go with over. What do you think, Virginia?
A side note, I just found Paul Rubens on TikTok, but I'm going to go over.
Okay, you're going to go over. It is over. Yes, very nice. He's got 7 of those.
Nice. Very good.
What a collector.
You make fun, but I got a really good deal.
What do you think about Jesus candles? Does Jaybird have over or under 8 of those, Virginia?
Jesus candles.
It'd go nice with our Jesus clock.
Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't work.
It did seem to freeze on us a certain time there.
Well, if you want to know when Jesus
That would
is
be
coming,
awesome.
it looks like 10:10.
We never put batteries in it.
So it was just going off the fumes.
just
that it
sat
had?
there.
Oh, that's hilarious.
It's
All
been the
right.
same time since I gave it
I'll
to
try
you.
to find some.
Okay, of course, it's not Jesus' fault. It's our fault.
Of course. It's never Jesus' fault.
He helps those who help themselves.
That's right. It's very wise, Dennis.
Batteries.
Yes.
Help yourself.
Okay, so what do you think? Got the number at 8, over, under, Virginia.
Gosh, I didn't know he was so down with the JC candles. I don't think I've seen any, but I mean, there's a lot I'm sure I haven't seen. I'm going to go under.
Gonna go under on that. What do you think, Denny's?
I'm going to go under as well, but I do like those Jesus candles. They are cool.
The actual number is 11. It's over.
Wow.
I was building a meditation little area, and I got them on sale. I love candles. These candles in bulk, they were like 39 cents per candle.
Wow.
They were all Jesus candles. There was some, there was another religious figure. I forget who it was. No offense, but yeah, there was a lot of religious candles at the dollar store. For
I've got
very
one.
cheap.
I've got one. It's Drew Breeze. It's called Drew Breezes, and it's, he looks like Jesus, but it's Breezes.
God.
And
That's
it's a
pretty
candle.
hilarious.
It's a candle.
Yeah, they make a lot of Jesus type candles.
They do.
It's a style.
It's
yeah.
hot right now.
At an affordable price. If you love candles, go Jesus.
Yeah, they're less than $1 each.
I got one for Panda too, with the quarterback from the Bills on it. It's a funny novelty gift.
Well, I bought a candle at Publix. It was $13.
Damn.
Wow.
$13 candle, 32-cent Jesus candle. I'm going with Jesus.
Okay, in Jaybird's place, does he have over or under 7 figurines of Sylvester Stallone?
He's, from what I hear, huge fan of our show, big listener.
You'd probably love to see the display.
I heard he's fighting for that Palm Beach house. He's not just going to give it to his soon-to-be ex-wife because he
Good for
wants to
him.
stay in Palm Beach.
Because he likes our show. He found a crew he can wake up to.
I'm sure it's because of us.
He could listen to the app in L.A. What do you think? 7. Denny's over or under that number?
Stallone statue.
There's a lot of Stallone figures out there, believe it or not.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's done a lot
had
of
a big
franchises.
career.
He's done a lot of
Yeah.
franchises.
Yeah, I've seen
He's got Rocky.
some.
He's got Rambo.
Like
yeah.
that alone right there.
Yeah, a lot.
Figurine 7 we're putting it at.
Yeah.
7 Stallones. I've seen a few. Is it over 7? I'm going to say just below 7.
Okay. Virginia.
I'll just be argumentative and say over.
Virginia's right. It's over. She ties it up. Yeah, it's 10. He's got 10.
They add up quick.
Whoever wins this contest gets to come over for a sleepover.
I would love that. I think I win with that one. You're always welcome for a sleepover. That goes for all y'all.
Okay, what about sculpted alien heads for wearing? How many does Jaybird have at his house? I'll put the number at 17. Is the actual number over or under that amount, Virginia?
Question.
Uh-huh.
Does this include the alien heads that are just on the wall,
No.
mounted?
No, these are for wearing purposes.
These are masks?
No, they are more. I wouldn't call them a mask. You put them over your head, and you have an alien cone for a head. It's more of a.
It's all wearable alien face things.
So you could be an alien, but I'd still see your face.
What?
How do you not understand? You put it over your scalp.
He's got different things that make you look like an alien, I think, that you put on.
You put it over your scalp, and it turns into a cone head. I wouldn't call it a mask because it doesn't go over your face. No one. It doesn't matter. It's just. It's. Is it me? Is it?
I don't understand what the item is. I'm trying to get there, bruh. I know you have a lot of aliens like on the wall.
Nothing
but
like that.
That's not what we're talking about.
This is what you
No,
put over
yeah.
your scalp,
Like a hat.
like a hat, sort of. It's rubber made.
We're not gonna figure it out. We're just gonna have to get a number.
17?
17.
That seems like a lot. I'm going to go under.
Okay, what do you think, Denny's?
I'll go over.
Virginia's right, and Virginia wins.
Oh.
It's
Which is
9.
amazing.
I know.
I get
she
the
didn't even get what you're talking
sleepover.
about. She didn't understand what the heck is going on. She gets it right.
I think the last time you did come over, you accidentally slept over, but you didn't sleep. You just danced the whole time.
Yeah.
I left at 5 a.m. in an Uber.
All I hear is
Yeah.
you're dancing.
Yeah. The Corn Kid It all started with this little kid named Tariq. He is from Brooklyn, and somebody's doing an interview with him, and he was just talking about how much he loved corn, and people thought the interview was just so cute.
I really like corn.
What do you like about corn?
Ever since I was told that corn is real, it tasted good. I love corn. Corn. I hope you really have a corn-tastic day.
A corn-tastic day?
It's corn. It's awesome.
People just love the way it says cone.
I like when he goes, they put butter on it and everything changed.
Yes. Just the people are just amazed how much this kid loves corn.
He's adorable.
And then they took the interview and they put it to song.
For me, I really like corn.
What do you like about corn?
It's corn. A big lumpy nut. It has to choose. It has to choose. I can't a more beautiful thing. It's corn. I can tell you all about it. I mean, look at this thing. When I tried it, I don't anything change. But about
So what do we do in America? We like to find something like this and overexpose the crap out of it, which is exactly what's going on with Corn Kid right now. But, cash in while you can. He is now charging for personalized videos on Cameo. And I asked you, is it over or under $150? It's over, of course.
Is it working? Are people getting it?
No idea. I assume they set it in a way that you're going to get some money and it's going to be worth his while. I mean, not that the kid's got other things going on other than eating corn.
I don't know. I just saw him on the news this morning. They brought him to the National Corn Museum where he was out front greeting everybody.
Oh, he's getting all kinds of stuff. South Dakota has named him as the state's official corn ambassador.
I love it.
He has just been hired by Chipotle to do an ad.
Now you're going to get some money.
And on top of it, he's charging $220 for personalized videos on Cameo. So if you want him to go on and be like, hey, I love cone, and send somebody a personalized greeting, you can do that with the Tariq Kid at Cameo.com.
Good for him. I hope they take that money and put it into a trust for his college, and I hope his parents don't squander it like a lot of times what happens.
Because the kid can't be any older than what? How old?
He looks about 8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a little guy.
Yeah, he is. The clock is obviously ticking. How much longer is Corn Kid going to be hot?
He's going to be hot for another month.
Okay, give it a month.
I give him a month, so get that cash grab, kid.
Okay, all right. Bird, how long do you think?
It's going to ride for another week and a half, and then it's not
because
it's not dissing Corn Kid.
It is so everywhere.
It just started.
It's everywhere, but Kevin's right. When something is so explosive, it's so. I think he's going to have a career now, but I think it'll die down a little bit until he look. Welcome to the world, kid. You're going to need a new hit in about 3 weeks.
And when he's an adult, what a weird thing to explain to your friends.
Yeah.
I was the Corn Kid. People think you were the what?
It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. Virginia, take it away, because we need that Dirt of the Day.
Well, if you've been following Kanye West on social media, it is certainly a ride. Between Kanye and Britney, I am always entertained. But I think with this one, he actually has a legit beef. So he had this whole thing with Adidas where they had previously had agreements and they would carry his Yeezy brand, and it's got a very distinctive look to the shoe. The Yeezy brand shoes specifically with Adidas have a very unique look to them. And I guess their agreement may be up, but Adidas continues to make shoes that look a lot like the Yeezy style. And Kanye was like, look, you can't do that. That's my style. And you are not paying me for the Yeezy-like shoes that you just released. And so you shouldn't be able to take my creativity and continue to make money off of it and not give me a piece of it. And I agree with Kanye on this one. I'm not the only one. P. Diddy took to Instagram and social media yesterday in support of Kanye, saying, please send me some stuff that I can post in support of you, Kanye. I'll never wear Adidas again for the rest of my life if they don't make this right by you. Then you had Swizz Beatz also sharing his support and said, I usually mind my business, but this is dead wrong. If we let them do this to Kanye, it will happen to us also. And I think it's true. When you come up up with a creative style, it should be respected and not stolen. So
I'm surprised there's not already some kind of trademark arrangement that he's already set through. If Kanye's got attorneys, they would be smart to make sure that they're covering all the intellectual property that he has.
Objection.
I think it'd be easy to fight in court.
Kanye's attorneys are asking him not to post about his fights with Gap or Adidas.
Yeah.
And the reason we know this is because he's posting what the attorneys sent him, asking him not to post.
Well, he's just going to undo himself in court. He's going to post something dumb, and they're going to use it against him, and he's not going to get the money. So,
But in the court
you
of
do
public,
you, Kanye.
but in the court of public opinion, Kanye is currently winning, and Adidas
How much
is.
money do you get from the court of public opinion?
I don't know.
You don't get. You're right, Kevin.
He's hurting Adidas, I can tell you that, and I think that's
Okay.
what he wants to
Okay.
do.
He wants that more than he wants to make his own money.
Maybe so.
Okay.
In other news, Madonna has traded in her 28-year-old boyfriend for a 23-year-old one.
Yeah.
Oh, good for you, Madonna. She's dating this model, and they were posting over the weekend, cuddling, snuggling, licking. I mean, it is some hot stuff, and it's all on her Instagram if you want to go check it out.
You look turned on, Kev.
No. No. Yeah, I mean, hey, if it gets him going, then good for you.
I know she's always been, very vocal about sex stuff.
She's always been.
Is she going over the top right now?
I think she's just remaining consistent,
Yeah.
and we have
Okay.
a problem with it because she's older.
I don't have a problem with it.
I don't have a problem with it at all. I'm happy for her. I hope she bags as many 23-year-olds as she can. Get it, Madonna.
Can I say I have a problem with it?
I mean, as far as a problem, I'm not upset by it, but
No,
I'm going
I'm
to
not.
comment on it.
Yeah,
I'm
you
just
say what you
asking.
I think that good for her. She's been consistent.
Yeah.
She's always been pushing the
Yeah.
boundaries and making us go, oh my gosh, Madonna.
Yeah.
And finally, here,
Madonna.
if you were wondering, the whole K-Fed interview that he just did where he was talking about Britney and his sons were talking about Britney, now it's coming out that he was paid for that interview. Sources are saying, and this is unconfirmed, but that he was paid $2 million by the network in Australia to do that interview, and that's why he did it, because he's on a cash grab and he realizes, oh, my child support payments are about to start dwindling and then eventually drying up. What can I do? Oh, here we go. Mm-hmm. And that's what's going on in your dirt.
All righty. Got some celebrity birthdays today. Evan Rachel Wood is turning 35 years old. She's in Westworld on HBO. And Leslie Jones is turning 55 today. Happy birthday to them. A couple other birthdays sent in. Happy 10th to Jocelyn from Daddy and Mango, Mommy Jasper, Nicholas, and Raven. And there's a photo on KVJ TV.
Aw, cuties.
Also, happy birthday to Emma, having a fabulous 8th birthday from Mom, Dad, and Daisy. Taylor celebrating her 11th birthday. She listens every morning on the way to school and even enjoys watching KVJ TV.
Hello.
Hey.
If you're watching, I'm waving.
If you want to find it, kvjshow.tv will get you there. Mom, Dad, Sissy, Sherlock, and The Beef all saying happy birthday.
Oh, yeah. Hey, beef.
And also happy 10th birthday to Braden. We love you lots from Mom, Tata, TT, Connor, Bryce, Coda, Luna, and Capone. Got a birthday and want a shout out? Send us an email, mail@kvjshow.com, mail @kvjshow.com. Disney Plus Day is coming tomorrow. What do you need to know? If you didn't know, there's going to be a lot of new releases coming out tomorrow. In fact, the premiere of the live-action Pinocchio that has Tom Hanks in it is Geppetto. Is going to be dropping on Disney Plus tomorrow. You'll be able to watch that.
They should have went dark with that one.
Yeah?
I would have turned that into a horror movie.
There are some parts of Pinocchio that are dark.
That's why it lends to being a dark movie. It could have you could have really made that a
Yeah.
a pretty twisted movie.
Yeah.
Really twisted. Okay, like what? Maybe Geppetto keeps Pinocchio in a cage, and they call CDC, and Pinocchio turns on him. And
I haven't fleshed out the script, but yeah, there's just it lends to kind of like the Winnie the Pooh that they're doing. That's darker and twisted.
Oh, that one's a horror movie. That one is straight up evil.
Pinocchio just has a lot of creepy things about that story.
yeah. Okay. Well, that's going to be dropping tomorrow. I don't know if it's going to be dark or light, but you can see what Tom Hanks does with Geppetto. They've also got the streaming premiere of Thor: Love and Thunder that just dropped not too long ago this summer in theaters. They've also got a behind-the-scenes documentary about the making of Obi-Wan Kenobi called Obi-Wan Kenobi: A Jedi's Return. Have you been watching that, Jaybird?
I did. I watched it.
What do you think? Is it worth me getting Disney Plus to watch?
It was better than Boba Fett, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I give it a solid B.
Is it better than The Mandalorian?
No.
Okay.
But that's just my opinion. You'll get some Star Wars dork that wants to duel me in the parking lot with a lightsaber.
I'm all about that.
I am kind of too. Bring it on.
Nerd Wars.
I would love it if somebody challenged me to a saber off.
Yeah. I hadn't heard a lot of buzz about it. Nobody really talked about it, so I kind of wondered.
It wasn't my favorite. There's a lot more Darth Vader in it. There's some Darth in there. They kind of make, in my opinion, they're making all these heroes and characters a bunch of pansies. Why is Obi-Wan so afraid of Darth Vader? He whomped that ass in the beginning in episode. I digress.
Is he older? Is he slower?
No, I mean, he's older, but he's not. I don't know. He was so scared of Darth Vader to the point where I go, dude, get it together.
Really?
Princess Leia was kind of annoying as a kid.
Okay.
I don't know. You asked me.
All right. Well, it's good to know because you've given me no desire to go run out and get Disney.
Well, I know a lot of times me and you we have a similar opinion about the Star Wars.
Yeah.
And I know what you like and I know what you don't like.
I'm not surprised.
And you don't have to get Disney Plus because you can do what me and Rocco do, steal Jaybird's password.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I'm not reading the comments right now. I can't. Jbird, you're so wrong.
There's also a new original series called Cars on the Road. They're bringing back Owen Wilson and Larry the Cable Guy to be the voices of Lightning McQueen and Mater.
Larry the Cable Guy, of South Florida native.
That's right. Absolutely. They've also got a sing-along version of Frozen and Frozen 2. It just boggles my mind how popular those things are, the sing-along versions.
At home I get, but there's ones where you go to a place to sing along.
Yeah, they just did that in Canto, right?
Yeah.
It's big.
Mm-hmm.
I hear you.
Yeah. Also, the one thing you might care about if you're going to be in Orlando or want to head there for Disney Plus Day, subscribers will be let into all the Disney parks in Orlando 30 minutes early. And there's also going to be special photo ops and character meet and greets. So you'll be able to go into the park 30 minutes early for the right to spend hundreds of dollars on Disney memorabilia. So congratulations.
Bring your wallet.
Yeah,
The
no, you'll
mouse
need to.
is ready to take all your money.
Yeah.
He's like that whammy on Press Your Luck. He laughs at you while he takes your money.
It's so expensive. In fact, there was a British marketing expert. She just did a TikTok video to reveal just how much money her and her husband spent at Universal Orlando in just one day. They spent $438 on admission, $396 for fast passes for them and their two sons, $27 to park, $42 on Harry Potter notebook with a pen. And with the price of food and drinks, they spent more than $1,000. And the crazy thing, even at that, it's still cheaper than Disney.
Dang.
Yeah,
It's a lot.
that is. So I guess that's if you've got a family of 4, just pen in that you're dropping $1,000. That's what it's going to be for one day.
And that's not counting a hotel.
No, you're right.
Just do what my family did. Just spend the night in a car.
Yeah.
Seems safe.
There you go, kids.
World Record Wednesday, gotta give your best. World Record Wednesday, we're chasing greatness today.
Today, Jaybird is going after the world record for the most poker chips balanced on a finger. The record stands at 150 chips, and after they're stacked to 150, you got to balance it, hold it for at least 5 seconds.
David Rush. You've heard of this name before, Virginia. He's the one that gets all those world records.
Oh, yeah.
He's done it again. It's his record. He's got so many world records.
Yeah, he does. Guy's good.
This guy's real good. But all this guy does is go. He's a nice family man. he gets home from work and he just crushes it with world records.
Yeah.
He does.
Practices all the time.
He does. He deserves it.
This is his life.
It's his life.
So how can Jaybird do here? Stacking up the poker chips. We always pretty much figure half to the mark is pretty respectable. 75 would be the number. Would that impress you, Virginia?
75 balanced on your finger?
Yeah, that'd be halfway.
There's no way.
I would be impressed if I could do 5. This is not easy. I was trying it
I
last
think that's bold.
I was trying it last night. This is tough, man.
Okay.
This is tough. The most I could do, I won't tell you what I could do, but I did get to a number.
So do you put them on ahead of time and then put your finger under it?
The way David Rush did it was
Yeah.
he had all of them stacked, and it's too many for me, 150.
Okay.
But he had them all stacked at once, and then he kind of pushed it off and held it for a second with both fingers and then let go.
How do you know he didn't glue them together?
Because that's not what David Rush is about.
No, he's about integrity,
Oh,
Virginia.
you know him?
You're gonna really try to ruin David Rush's name. This guy's an educator. He's a great family guy.
He is.
Why are you
Oh, I'm just waiting for the David Rush scandal to drop.
that's so messed up.
He cheated on all of them. They're all frauds.
He frickin' super glued them.
I'd be blown away if you can't believe a David
Quite a
Rush.
scandal.
If you can't believe a David Rush, then
Right.
what the hell, man?
What can we believe in?
He's the Tim Tebow of world records, man.
He is, yeah. Just reeks of integrity. Okay, so do you want to try maybe like 10? See if you can do 10, and then we could go up from there?
We have a few stacks made. We have a stack of 20, 25, and 50. But if you want me to do 10, I can do 10.
Let's just do 10 just to start it off here. Okay. 10
Okay.
poker chips.
There's
So-
10.
Let's see. Virginia, do you think he's going to get 10?
Yes, I think he can do 10.
Okay, he's got
How
to
long
balance.
does he have to hold it?
He has to balance it on one finger for 5 seconds.
Straighten your stack, bruh.
That's not the stack I'm doing right now.
No, I'm talking about the little one.
I will, but just can you answer Kevin? Good gosh,
I'm pulling for
I'm
you.
gonna stack it.
Straighten it.
I will.
Yeah, I think he'll do 10.
Okay. Such, you think he's going to do 10? Okay. All right. Yeah, we're all in on 10.
Denny's.
Okay. All right. I'll do a 5 count here. Get it on your finger, Jaybird. World Record Wednesday. We're going to start with 10 poker chips balanced. The world record is 150, so baby steps.
Damn, I'm reading the comments.
Don't read the comments.
Come on, you can do this, Bird. Balancing 10 poker chips. Okay. You tell me when you've got it. Okay, looking at it right now on KVJ TV. Go to YouTube and look for the KVJ Show. You can watch to see how Bird does with this. Okay, it is across one finger and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
You're good at 10. Good at
Victory.
10.
All
Now,
right.
if you don't know, it's not on his fingertip. It's laying across his finger. So his finger is extended out and the chips are laying on top of his finger.
Is
That's
that how
you do it.
Rush did it?
Yeah, David Rush did it like that.
Okay. All right, so let's go to 20 to see if Jaybird can balance 20 poker chips on one finger extended out for 5 seconds. Okay.
That's 20.
We're having counting problems. Imagine that.
Go figure. All right, here we go. All right, he's got a stack of 20. Let's see if he can double it on his way to 150.
Denny's, give me a little pep talk.
So I did notice that David Rush did a little curl at the end. He did it from a sideways finger.
Oh, okay.
I think that does help because otherwise it's very hard to get it flat. So I would try to adopt a little of that technique.
Okay. That's your pep talk.
Yeah, it's a technique talk.
You're doing it wrong. Okay, here we go. Okay, 20 chips on one finger.
I can taste it.
Okay, tell me when.
Oh, I got the shakes.
Tell me when you're going to do it. Yeah, drinking before this bit's not a good idea. Okay, tell me when. You're ready to start?
When?
Okay, go. 5.
Damn it!
Oh.
Right over. Okay, so right
Do
over.
a shot. Do a shot.
You're the devil.
You got them DTs, bruh.
You are the devil.
You think if he drinks, he'd do better?
Yeah.
It'd help him get rid of the shakes.
I don't want to drink today. If you think I'll do better.
Listen to this poor guy. I don't want to drink today. I mean, what are we making him into? I don't want to drink today, guys.
Drink, you wuss.
Don't make me drink.
Give me one more shot.
Yeah, give it one more try. 20 chips.
So this would be 25 chips.
Good God.
Okay, take 5 off.
This is 20 right here.
Okay, 20 chips here. All right, can he do it for 5 seconds? Okay, ooh, a little wobbly. He's got 10. All right, 5. And no.
Damn it!
That is not going to go. We're not going to get the 150. We did get 10. So, you only need 140 more to get to that world record.
I mean, good gosh, Bird.
Where you start?
You want to retire this bit?
Aw.
No, I'm always amused with your failings.
I know, and that's why I drink.
Yeah.
It's kind of our thing.
Yeah. All right. The kids like to try to break his world record attempts and send them in so they can just dunk on you. Kids, if you can bounce more than 10 poker chips on a finger, show us, let us know.
I should have took off my other pizza jacket. I think doubled up on pizza today.
Whoa, you take off one, there's another. It just doesn't stop. It's pretty amazing.
People fighting online, losing their minds. So we read the crazy crap they write and have a fun time. Well, get ready for this week's digital drama.
Oh, man, fun stuff. People start venting and then fighting all over social media, and it gets ridiculous. Luckily, you do screenshots and you email them to us, and then we get to read them on the radio and make fun of these people.
That next door never used to be as bad. Like everything, it's gotten so toxic on the next door.
It's crazy.
It's so
now.
funny because now all the old people on my next door are calling out how toxic the next door is. And they're like, I can't believe this app used to be nice and it used to be a great resource for information in the community, and it's so toxic now. And
It got too popular.
welcome to what every social media turns into, Grandpa.
That's exactly. And it starts off all fun and
Yep. And you have the few rotten eggs that ruin it for the whole basket.
It's typically a nosy neighbor that posts something up about somebody suspicious, and it winds up being a neighbor that's like, why do I look suspicious? And then they start fighting.
Yeah.
And then it turns political.
Yeah.
And then someone puts something on there about, the government.
It's crazy how political they're talking about a lawn and it turns political.
Yep.
Well, this happened over an old car that is an eyesore, according to Tony, and he's sick of looking at it. He wants it gone, so he rants about it on Nextdoor. I will play the role of Tony. We will have Virginia playing the role of Wendy. Jaybird, you can be Vince, and Denny's, you'll be Gloria.
Got it.
Okay, here's what Tony had to say. I can't stand it when people leave their crappy, rotting vehicle on their front lawn. Why do we have to look at that piece of trash? Can somebody say something to that clown? He's ruining our neighborhood.
I know what neighbor you're talking about. He's a real douche. That car hasn't moved in over a year. It looks like a turd on wheels.
If you walk by the car, I swear it's got a bee's nest in it. I also saw a rat crawling around right by the front seat. I bet you any amount of money it's why we have such a severe rat problem on our block now.
Are you saying we have a neighborhood full of rats because of this guy? This has to stop. I'm going to say something to him. This isn't right. We're being overtaken by bees and rats.
Tony and Vince, you guys are a bunch of drama queens. You have no idea what you're talking about. That man who lives there, he broke his back last year. Then his wife died. That's why he hasn't been able to move his car.
Damn, I bet Tony and Vince feel like douches now.
Yeah.
You shouldn't pop off about someone until you know all the facts.
I don't feel bad about a crap. It's not my fault that guy broke his back, and it's not my fault his wife is dead. We have rats and bees taking over our block. Just because your wife dies doesn't mean you get to turn our neighborhood into a rat and bee farm.
Bee farm.
Vince, you are a dumbass. His car is not the reason our neighborhood has rats. It's Florida. A lot of neighborhoods have rats and bees. Get over it, you ass face.
That is not true, Wendy. Not every neighborhood has a bee and rat problem. We have a rat problem because of that piece of crap car, and somebody needs to do something about it. Have you ever been bitten by a rat? They can give you rickets. Rabbits about 100 other diseases and all kinds of things that you can get, and you can also die, Wendy. Not on my watch. That piece of crap car has got to go.
Wait, they give you rabbits?
They give you rabbits.
I think he meant it might
Rickets and
rabies?
rabbits.
Rabies, rickets and rabbits, and you can die. From.
Rickets and rabbits.
I would love to have extra rabbits. I think rabbits are adorable.
You gotta always proofread your stuff when you're emotional.
Yes.
Rickets and rabbits.
Got another one here from Angela. She's ranting about how Uber Eats messed up her order, and then people start clapping back with how she handled the problem. We will have, playing the role of Angela today, Jaybird. Then we'll have Denny's playing the role of Mikey. Virginia, you can be Kurt, and I will be Zane.
Okay, Angela seems very unlikable.
I'm sure she is.
I just got yelled at by the cops because I called 911 when I was having a problem. Seriously, I'm so shocked and mad right now. Last time I checked, the cops worked for the citizens.
Oh, what did you call them for? Are you okay?
My Uber Eats driver wouldn't give me a refund of my money, and after they messed up my part of the order, they just wouldn't do it. So they get it wrong. They take my money, and according to me, that's called stealing. So I called the cops.
That's so messed up. Good for you. The cops should have helped you. So effed up, the cops yelled at you.
The cops have more important things to worry about than helping you two bimbos with your delivery order. I mean, talk about first world problems.
I mean, damn, Angela. How do you not know that calling the cops about your Uber Eats order is dumb as F? If I was that cop, I would have yelled at you too.
Amen. My dad is a retired cop, and this kind of stuff really gets me hot under the collar. Angela, you're not a victim. You're a whiny, spoiled brat.
Oh, whatever. Some of you bootlickers need to get a grip. The cops get paid to help out citizens in need. I was a citizen in need. I am shocked by how many people don't have my back on this. Uber Eats sucks. Hashtag defund Uber Eats.
Oh my gosh. I wish we could just throw Angela in jail for stupidity.
Amen.
You call the police when you're in danger. You need medical treatment, not because Uber Eats forgot to give you your correct food order. Angela should be arrested and publicly shamed for this.
Yeah, thing.
Or the stockades.
I don't know. I think we all can agree, though, Uber Eats could do better.
What is a bootlicker?
Don't know the technical definition, but I assume somebody that licks boots.
Is that like a sexual thing? Is she calling them bootlickers? Like, what is that? I'm kind of intrigued.
Sounds
by
like an
these-
old-timey insult.
Yeah, I think it's an old time.
Not related to sex at all.
Oh.
I think you're thinking of booty liquor.
Yeah, I think you are.
Yeah, slightly different.
Which sounds way more fun.
Slightly different, just to let you know.
It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. Virginia, take it away. Cause you know we need that Dirt of the Day.
Well, this certainly was a good episode of Red Table Talk. It appears Jeanette McCurdy is giving more details about her relationship with her mother. You know, she wrote a book and it's called I'm Glad My Mom Died. And the title is like, whoa, wow,
Yeah.
that's just kind of heavy because her mom died of cancer. And you're like, whoa, what the heck happened there?
Oh, that stops you in your tracks when you hear that title?
It does, definitely. But, you know, once you start to examine the relationship between Jeanette and her mother, you understand how years of torment and exploitation and manipulation brought Jeanette to where she is now with this opinion of her mother that she's very, you know, happy her mother is no longer controlling her. And when you hear the email that Debbie, Jeanette's mother, sent to her, you kind of get where Jeanette's coming from. I believe we have a little clip for you. This is from Red Table Talk.
You used to be my perfect little angel, but now you are nothing more than a little, all caps, slut, floozy, all used up. You look pudgier too. It's clear you're eating your guilt. What happened to my good little girl? Where did she go? And who is this monster that has replaced her? You're an ugly monster now. I told your brothers about you, and they all said they disown you just like I do. We want nothing to do with you.
Wow.
She ended by saying, love mom, or should I say Deb, since I'm no longer your mother. P.S. Send money. Our fridge is broke.
Wow. Yeah, it's pretty unreal. Pretty unreal.
She talks about how when she was younger, her mother would do this like food restriction thing with her, calorie restriction, and like gave her all these issues about food and told her she was overweight when she wasn't.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So, and there's
Yeah.
even more. There's even more stuff that she goes into about a relationship she had with a guy and all kinds of other stuff. And Her mom was definitely not a positive force in her life.
I was thinking about doing my own series of interviews called Bread Table Talk, and you kind of sit down, get to the issues, and you break bread. You eat bread. I don't know. Do you hate it?
I don't hate it.
Okay, all right.
It's very carb heavy. But
Yeah, but if you're eating bread, I mean, would the talk be muffled?
No, I think you eat.
You need to swallow.
I think it's a kind of a dance kind of a thing. You see one eating, you talk.
you'll never get Kevin.
Well, there's diet bread out. There's some really bad, crappy bread out
Oh,
there.
it sounds awesome.
You better get
man.
some cauliflower crust.
They do. They have coffee.
Okay, yeah.
They do.
That's the only way you're getting Kevin.
Man.
I know.
Okay.
I want to get deep with them.
Well, alert the authorities. Bam Margera's on the loose again, y'all.
Oh, whoa. What's going on now with Bam?
So we've got video of Bam leaving a bar at 1 a.m.
Wow.
on Monday.
Okay.
He was celebrating the holiday.
Okay.
But it's a problem because he's been court ordered to go back to rehab. And word is he met a new lawyer in rehab.
Okay.
And the rehab lawyer, told him he could get out of his court ordered rehab by leaving the rehab and then leaving the state. Not sure if that was good advice. Don't really know what the judge that court ordered him to the rehab is going to think about him teaming up with a rehab lawyer and both of them leaving rehab together.
Oh, wow.
That's where we are now.
Okay.
His family has not heard from him. His child has not heard from him. His baby mama has not heard from him. And he has been last spotted in Sarasota.
Okay. He's still in Florida, huh?
Still in Florida,
Making his
but
way.
I don't think he's going to be there for long because his new lawyer, his lawyer friend that he met up with in rehab, told him he could leave Florida and then get out of the court-ordered rehab.
What are your thoughts? Lawyer from rehab, maybe they got it together?
There's a picture of them leaving the bar at 1 a.m. and he's staggering out.
Yeah, it's a very fun area there, Armand Circle. You really lose yourself there.
I get it. I
It's a
get
circle,
it.
so you just kind of you keep thinking you're going to different bars, but you keep rotating and walking into the same bar.
I think it's the biggest block ever, but it's
Yeah.
just
Deja
a circle.
vu.
Oh my God, they got 800 bars here in Sarasota. Now he's going around the circle, actually. But
And that's what's going on in your dirt.
okay, we're great except when we're drinking. Okay, so what do you do about this relationship? This email we got here for Makeup or Breakup says, I've been dating my boyfriend for a year and things are great except when we're drinking. There are some times that we're okay, but it's the only time that we ever fight. I'd say about half of the time that we get drunk, we end up in some stupid fight. We tried not drinking for 3 months, but then we found ourselves getting too boring and our relationship wasn't working because we weren't having a lot of fun. We're both in our mid-20s, so I assume we won't always be like this. Is this normal for people in relationships at our age, or is this a sign that I'm in a toxic relationship? My friends have the same problems with their boyfriends a lot. We just seem to fight more often. Maybe I'm too close to the situation. That's why I want some advice. I can't find the happy medium. Do I just hope that we mature out of this phase, or should I recognize a toxic relationship and move on?
I think people got to be honest sometimes that when they're in a relationship, they can't drink like they can drink when they're single and they'll have anybody to go home to. Drinking can ruin a relationship if both people don't understand that you're not rushing for a frat. You are in a relationship and...
But I would say don't give up the drinking entirely. Maybe you have to readjust what you drink and how much you drink. And what I mean by that, and I've had to do it in past relationships. I currently try to do it, as much as I can. Work in a water. If you're going to be having liquor, work in a water. Or just have beer. Or just have like champagne and work in a water. You gotta maybe not get so hammered because that's gonna make a big difference in the fighting.
You gotta understand, especially if you find that anytime you're drinking or most of the time you're drinking or a lot of the problems you're having in your life are coming from your drinking, it's the drinking, dog. You got to look within because drinking changes people's personalities and it's a hard thing for people to admit to for some reason. But when I know my personality. If you four, from 2 drinks to 4 drinks, people's personality change. The one thing I do agree with the witch on, you have to adjust and make an adjustment with your drinking.
Yeah.
And what's more important to you, a relationship with this person or your drinking? And for some people, the drinking is more important to them, and I don't think that person should be in a serious relationship.
And you can adjust. You can work in waters. You can do it together and encourage each other to make smarter choices in between your alcoholic beverage. Have a water.
You can, but what I'm saying is it's a problem that I think in beginning of the relationships, people are more tolerant of it. And sometimes somebody may drink more than the other person, and that gets tiring after a while. Whether you're in a music band, whether you're in a relationship, not everyone wants to party as hard as you. And if you don't find someone like that, it's going to be tough, man.
I think what was said is more intriguing to me about when they're not drinking than when they are. And Ray J in the chat room said, look, if you need drinking to not be boring, you might be with the wrong person. And if you can't seem to have fun with this individual unless you are drinking, then that might tell you all you need to know right there.
That's another thing people have a tough time with is they realize they don't really like being around the person they're with.
Yeah.
And they have to drink too. And I don't think you should be with that person.
If the only thing you have in common is your love of party, and then when you're not partying, you're just bored, that's not the right person.
I've seen it happen so many times where 2 partiers get together and they're so strong in the beginning and one doesn't want to party as much anymore and the other one still does.
Yeah.
And man, it wreaks havoc on a relationship.
Yeah.
Because the person that's drinking, they think they're in control, and then the person that's not drinking, they think the other person's out of control.
It sounds to me like you're with the wrong person, and if you stay with this person, you're going to be mutually destructive. I would get out. I'd say it's a breakup for me.
It's a breakup.
Okay.
And I kind of want to drink now.
Got a makeup or breakup email here. Somebody said, I met this girl at a bar on Friday night. We hooked up that night. Then we hooked up again on Saturday night as well. And then I asked her if she was free to hang out on Sunday. Guess this is over the weekend. Since we both had Monday off, so Labor Day weekend this went down. So she told me that she didn't want to start a thing and thought that we just need a little bit of a break. She said that she liked me. She just wasn't looking for any kind of relationship with anyone right now. She didn't want to get too serious too fast. She said she was more than cool, though, if we had a friends with benefits thing. I said, okay, yeah, sure, in the moment, but just because I didn't really know how to respond to that. I've never been in a friends with benefits situation before, and I just don't know if I could handle it or not. I was with this girl because I thought she was really hot and cool. It wasn't just sex to me. I'm hoping that this could be more, but I don't want to set myself up for heartache. Maybe I could do a friends with benefits thing. I've never tried. I mean, it's better than nothing with her, right? Should I stay and play or back out and move on? Okay, somebody looking for perspective on a friends with benefits. Sounds like he would be cool hanging out with her all the time. She's just like, look, I don't want it like that. I'm just looking around for casual relationships.
He caught feels. Anytime you catch feels,
he did.
She doesn't look at you that way.
Yeah.
And you are already running into a radio show about how it's already destroying you and it's you don't like it. I don't think this is I think you gotta realize that she is not into you like you're into her, and it's a breakup for me.
If I was you, I'd maybe play a little hard to get because she wants friends with benefits. Maybe you don't give it to her and see what happens.
Right, that could be.
Maybe she'll realize, oh, I do want this guy because, when it was easy, she didn't want it. If you make her work a little bit, then she might want it.
But there are people who do want to just be friends with benefits, and if that's something you don't want in your life and they continuously push for that, you're not meant to be. They're just trying to get it in, and you guys are not meant to be with each other. You have a long road of heartache if someone continuously treats you with friends with benefits if you don't want that.
Yeah, right.
But by not giving it to her, you accomplish your goal and my goal.
If you don't give it to her, you can see where she stands, but there's a good chance she's probably getting it from somewhere else.
Yeah, you gotta.
She's hot. She has options.
Yeah, and if you're the jealous type, I think it's probably best to de-escalate.
You want somebody that's not going to give you mind games in your relationships, no?
Yeah.
I love the naivete.
Well, why do you think I'm single, dog?
Yeah.
It's all mind games, Bird.
But, okay, how about this? You try to get with somebody who eliminates as many mind games as possible. Mm-hmm. I get it. It's a dance. We all got our issues. I understand what you're saying. But these are mind games here.
Yeah. Sounds like you're heading for heartache and misery.
Heartache and misery, and your ego is all pumped up because she's hot.
Yeah.
But your heart's going to get broken.
That's right.
But you're going to hook up with her a couple more times.
And make it even worse for yourself.
And you're going to feel terrible after.
Yeah.
Because I'm just letting you know, dog, she's also sleeping with Jake. She's sleeping
From
with
State Farm?
She's just sleeping with a guy named Jake.
Is he wearing his khakis during it?
I don't know, but he needs khakis to hold that thing in.
Got this actually from some DMs of the KVJ Instagram. It's somebody who's living but not thriving. They said that they're 34, and I've been in this relationship for 9 years. We've got 2 kids. They're 8 and 13, and honestly, I was never head over heels attracted to him. We dated a little in high school, so he was familiar, safe, and a stable place for me to go and hang out. He's got a great job, and he always has, so I knew he'd be a great provider for a family. My 13-year-old, just so you know, is from a previous relationship. I'm just living, though, and not thriving. But we got a happy little family. Do I stay in or do I get out?
Ooh, that's a tough one.
I think a lot of people kind of go through this, and that's where you just got to try to decide, because you do. You've got a good provider, sounds like a solid dude. You got the family. The kids are 8 and 13. Those get to be tough years from anyone I've ever talked to that's gone through a divorce with their kids. That age seems to be very tough to wreck a family. And keep in mind, your 13 and 8-year-old may go through a lot of the ramifications. I hate for somebody to ever stay in a loveless marriage, and if you're just absolutely miserable and you hate your days, I hate for you to do that. But I really hate for people to break up families, and I think sometimes you get an itch and you take off, and then you lay a wake of destruction behind you, and eventually you're like, man, maybe I should have hung out a little bit more. It's tough for me to say, not being there on a day-to-day basis, if you should stay in or you should get out.
So when you get married, the whole death do us part, or death, whatever the words are, that doesn't matter if you are just bored in your relationship. Oh, he's a great guy. He's a great provider. He does this, he does that. But I'm not feeling it. We don't fight for that anymore. We don't try to make it work.
I think some people get into relationships for different reasons and the wrong reasons. Look, I'm happy for the reasons I got into my marriage with the Mexican Queen, because she's somebody I love to hang out with, and she makes me laugh, and we're always laughing and having a great time. She'd be somebody I'd want to be with all the time, whether we were married or not. And so that's why I'm really happy being married. I think she went into this looking at this guy saying he's stable, he's there, he'll be a good provider, and he's doing all that, and that's all good, and you got the family, but she's just not charged up by him. She's not connected. Look, and I've been in that relationship too, where I've been with somebody that didn't charge me up, and I didn't necessarily love being with them. So I get where you're coming from. That is tough. And that's the question. Do you stay in that relationship where there's no electricity?
I think now is the time to be honest with him. You know, if you're telling us about this, you really need to take that next step and tell him how you're feeling. And maybe you guys need to be responsible for putting the romance back in your marriage. I mean, you had it at one point when you first got together.
Did they, though?
She said, honestly, I was never head over heels attracted to him.
And that's what I think happens a lot of times. I think people get all scared that they're not married yet and they haven't started that American lifestyle, house, kids, blah, blah, blah. And they make decisions based on anxiety and filling this void, even though their heart's not into it. I mean, I feel like you have to marry somebody. If you're going to really sign that paperwork, walk the aisle, you have to be friends with them. I mean, deeply connected, disregarding sex. Or even if sex is out of the equation, you're going through a wall for that person.
Yeah.
And if you're not, I don't know if you should be married.
Well, she made the mistake 9 years ago, and here she is.
I hear you.
And now they got an 8-year-old together, and she's got a 13-year-old on her own. So the 13-year-old may not be as devastated because you're not talking about a biological father on top of it. And that's why I think some people do have that conversation and say, I need more out of life, so I need more free time on my own to go do my own thing. And we can kind of come up with a cohabitable relationship where we still have the family intact, and that's all good, but I'm going out and having some of the fun I feel like I'm missing in life. It's a sad place to be, but maybe it's better than erupting a family.
But now is the time to tell him how you feel.
Yeah. Try to work it out.
You should, because he deserves to know. And if you guys are going to give it a shot at staying together, then it needs to be fully transparent and talked about.
I always wonder when is it okay to leave? So, especially if you're married with kids.
Yeah.
You know, cheating, I get. Someone cheated on you. You're going outside the marriage, but to leave someone because you're bored, I just wonder, is that?
I only like when somebody takes everyone else's feelings into consideration. Not that you have to make yourself miserable, but I think some people selfishly say, well, for me, I need to go run around, and maybe they just need to scratch an itch, and then they've erupted their family. They've scratched that itch and they wind up in a crazy situation. The kids are affected and you're not really any more happy than you were before.
And they regret it.
Yeah, so that's the one thing I would say be careful with. Keep in mind, you've got 3 other people's feelings to take into consideration here with whatever you do. Not saying you need to be miserable in life, but maybe there's another way to find the happiness you're looking for.
And also, before you walk that plank called marriage, make sure you like the person
No
you're
doubt.
marrying.
Do it for the right reason. Yeah, find somebody you truly you want to be with all the time.
Because I think marriage is awesome if you are marrying someone that you consider a soulmate, a best friend.
Yeah.
Somebody that you can have fun with
Yeah.
and go out and do things and enjoy the company of.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, time for a battle of the generations. It's a tiebreaker today as our 2 leading generations, Gen Z and the Millennials, go up against each other here today. A big old battle. And from the Gen Z, we've got Henson on here from West Palm Beach. Hello, Henson.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. How you
What's going
doing?
on?
Everything going well?
I'm doing pretty well. I'm driving to work. I love y'all show. I listen to y'all every morning.
Look at this sweetheart. I love this guy.
No doubt. Appreciate that. All right. And then also we've got over here for the Millennials, it is Michael from Stewart. What up, Michael?
What's going on, guys?
How you doing, my friend?
Michael.
Whoa.
Oh, I'm good. I'm good, man. Just now got to our office in Melbourne, working in Melbourne today. Listen to you guys all the time.
Cool.
Aw, thank you.
That's Denny's stomping grounds, the Stewart area.
Oh, yeah. I grew up in the Stewart.
Mm-hmm.
Calm down,
We
Denny.
got a kinship.
Yeah. Okay, here's how we play the game. You've got a partner with your generation in studio. Suits for Gen Z and Denny's for the Millennials. If they answer the question, your team gets 1 point. If we've got Henson or Michael answering, they're going to get 2. You'll have 3 seconds to come up with the answer. We'll start off with Gen Z here. Okay, the first question that we got for Henson from West Palm Beach. If you answer this in 3 seconds, I will be giving you 2 points. Tell me, Henson, which movie kicked off the Skywalker saga in 1977? It's Star Wars, but what's the name of the movie?
Star Wars.
Okay, I have to take it to Suits here. Suits, what is the name of that movie?
It's A New Hope.
Oh.
It is A New Hope.
I didn't realize how big of a Star Wars fan Suits is.
I love
over
Star
there.
Wars.
He loves Greedo. He knows all the
Oh, yeah,
characters.
big Greedo fan.
Okay. All right. You get 1 point there for Generation Z. Okay. Going over here to Michael. All right. Michael, your first question. Who is the half-blood prince in Harry Potter?
Oh man, I have no idea.
Okay.
Is it Severus Snape?
It is Severus Snape.
Whoa! Damn, my boy. Snaping all over the place.
I knew you knew your Harry Potter.
Yeah, you got a hardcore nerd battle in here.
Really?
I love it.
I think I want to leave.
Wow. Okay. All right. How about this? Over to Henson for Gen Z. Your next question. Who played Rachel Zane on the legal drama Suits?
I have no idea.
No idea. Suits.
Only person I know from the show is Meghan Markle, so I'm going to say that.
You're correct.
Wow. And you love all things British.
Oh, yeah, and Suits.
Yeah, it's got your name in it. You have to watch.
Okay. All right, next question. Back over to our millennials, trailing 2-1. This is for you, Michael. What is Mr. Big's real name in Sex in the City? I even take a first name.
Is it Chris?
Chris, that's the actor's name.
Darn it.
Denny's.
Yes, I knew the actor's name.
Give me, it technically has 3 names. Give me the 3 to get a point.
I'm going to say Rob.
Gotta go, Rob. Virginia, you know that one?
I don't know if I do. I know it's Chris Knopf.
I
but
know that.
I'm spacing on Big's name.
Isn't the first name John?
It is John. Yeah.
I watched a lot of Sex.
I like how Bird, yeah. Bird's the one that
Bird's
gets
the one
it.
that knows it.
And Carrie Bradshaw, the blood is on your hands. She never called 911. He's dead.
John James Preston was the full name of
Yeah.
Big.
I know more than Virginia.
Yeah, you do, because you are definitely more of a chick.
Okay. All right, let's see what we can get out of Gen Z with this question. Henson, tell me, who did Kim Kardashian marry for all of 72 days?
Oh, Chris Humphries.
Oh, that is correct.
Oh,
Wow.
dang, Denny's.
Impressive.
What do you guys about
Right.
that?
You gonna take that from Suits?
I watched basketball.
Man. Okay, that is a big one. That could be the dagger here because now Gen Z is up 4-1, I believe. That's what I got over here. All right, so you're going to have to get a 2-pointer on this, Michael, to stay in the game. All right, Michael, name 2 men other than Ben Affleck that Jennifer Lopez was engaged to.
Oh, man. I have no idea, man.
Okay, Denny's, what do you got?
Didn't she? Is it Mark Anthony?
Okay.
There's one.
I see you working.
Gosh, another one that she. Sean Puffy Combs.
We would have taken Alex Rodriguez, Chris Judd, or Ohani Noah.
Oh my God.
4 other guys.
But she
a
did
long
date
list.
Puffy. I think he should get some kind of street cred for
I
that.
remember that. Yeah, back
Yeah, I'll
when I
give
was
you street
into-
cred. You get no points.
Damn.
Sound good?
Kevin Cold.
You gotta be cold. As a host, you gotta be cold.
Kevin, this show made you cold.
Yeah, that's the way it goes. All right, Henson, congratulations.
Nice job, man.
Gonna walk away with a win for Gen Z and the lead over the Millennials. Michael, thanks a lot for playing, bud.
All right, thanks, guys.
Okay. There you go.
Dennis, you've had a rough go with all the games the last couple of weeks. A lot of losing.
Yeah, no, it feels horrible.
The bird's rubbing off on you.
It is. I'm contagious.
He just loves coming to work. It feels so horrible.
Come to work and fail.
Yeah.
It's documented.
In public.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's a lot of dumbass criminals to talk about, baby. It's the whacked out news. People breaking the law. Ha ha, fighting in the nude. Ha, drunk people pooping in the street. Ha ha, it's the whacked out news. Huh, so many people on meth. Ow!
Oh, a whole bunch of animals you got to watch out for here in the Whacked Out News today. We got gators, we got sharks, and caterpillars.
Caterpillars?
Yeah, caterpillars. All kinds of crazy stuff. I got to tell you, though, man, these gators really making a lot of headlines here this year. Story about Eric Merida, who on July 17th got lost in the woods at the Lake Manatee Fish Camp in Mayaca City. When he finally found the lake, he decided to swim across rather than just walk around the lake. It's always a bad idea. We always say don't jump into random bodies of water in Florida.
If you don't know what's in there, bruh, don't.
He was attacked by a gator who drug him underwater 3 different times.
Oh, my gosh.
The gator then got a hold of his arm, and after surfacing the 3rd time, it did a death roll on him and ripped his arm clean off.
So he got away?
He did get away, and then spent 3 days walking through the swamp, trying to find his way out.
That's a movie.
Armless.
That could be a movie.
Well, he had one, but he was missing one.
You could absolutely make that a movie.
Yeah, no doubt.
And you probably have to add a few other things that happen.
Because I don't know how excited he's going to be walking around a swamp.
Oh, my arm!
Yeah.
Okay, all right, 20 minutes later, my arm.
They made that movie about that guy that got stuck rock climbing and had to chew his own arm off.
Yeah, you're right.
That movie was really tough to watch. It was anxiety. It was a lot.
This could be the same as that.
You watch that movie, go, oh my gosh, it's good, but I want it to be over.
Do you think you could do an armless movie marathon?
You can watch The Fugitive.
I mean, I'm in.
You got The Fugitive. Luke Skywalker technically lost his arm to Darth.
You're bringing up nothing but bangers right now.
Yeah, so I'm saying you could do an armless movie marathon.
I don't know when the last time you guys saw The Fugitive. That movie still holds up.
Yeah.
I just recently watched it.
Yeah.
That's a great
Talking
movie.
me into this.
Hey, it's this one-armed guy, huh?
What else do we add to it? Yeah, so he runs into a fence, and luckily there's a guy on the other side of the fence, and they're able to get him out. But, man, I'm telling you, this has been a crazy year for gator attacks every single day. Yesterday we had the story of the 77-year-old woman that was attacked by a gator. There have been at least a half dozen alligator attacks in the Tampa Bay area alone.
Just watch yourself. If you're going to go by the water, watch yourself. And maybe don't get in the water, you big dummy.
I do find it weird, though. Anytime there's an animal thing going on, I feel Kevin reports 3 or 4 different incidences of that animal.
They happen in threes.
Yeah.
One of them gets a headline bear.
They
You
do.
get 4 or 5 bear stories.
we did, yeah.
Then now you're talking about gators all the time.
Yeah, gators are having quite a season, and right now it is actually gator hunting season. In fact, there's a viral photo that is going around right now. Somebody had a gator bagged and tagged on their rear bumper. It was on a vehicle on I-95 just south of Melbourne.
My girlfriend does this every year. She goes out, she's got the license, she's got the whole shebang, and she hunts gator. And she shoots a gator and then makes boots and belts out of it and rocks them at the bar.
That's all woman.
She is a tough broad and she has awesome style.
Let's say she sees a gator by a lake in a residential area, like in an apartment complex. She sees a leg just chilling. Is she legally allowed to shoot that gator during hunting season?
Great question. I don't know.
Or is it just
if you see one by a bunch of condos, is it just fair game if you have your license?
I would imagine that you have a limit. The deer season, they'll do that. At least I know where I was from. I think it was like 1 per season you would get. So I would imagine that gators probably have similar restrictions. It'd be my guess. But I don't
saw
know for sure.
one of them Logan deers when I was up there, and it was gorgeous.
Yeah.
Just running loose?
It looked at me. It stared. We had a stare off. If it knew something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it was like, wait a minute, is he from here? Because if he's from here, I know he's packing.
I kind of felt like it wanted me to hug him.
It looked at you, and I think it was like going, he ain't from around here. I'm safe.
You're right.
They would never give this guy a gun.
He ain't no local. We're good.
He ain't wearing Carhartt. I'm okay. Yeah, they say the only time you're allowed to trap a gator in Florida is if it's considered a nuisance and you're a licensed trapper.
So if the gator's playing its music real loud and you can't get to sleep, bang, bang, dog.
If it's throwing a rager.
A gator rager.
Now sharks don't want to be undone, so they're biting people. New Smyrna Beach, which is the shark attack capital of the world, there is a shark that bit a 27-year-old woman who was just chilling in waist-deep water.
Uh-oh.
Which I would never do at New Smyrna Beach. Witnesses saw the fin and tail. They're like, psst, hey.
Get out of the water.
Yeah. She was taken to the hospital, expected to be okay, though. But it's the 7th shark bite reported in Volusia County this year alone. So it's like an ongoing battle, sharks versus gators, and they're trying to top each other for kill counts this year.
Your punishment is you have to jump in a body of water with just littered with sharks, or the other body of water littered with gators. Which one do you pick? What do you have a better shot with?
I think sharks.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think sharks.
I feel like alligators got an attitude.
I feel like they're always hungry.
Yeah.
And mad.
I think they go after humans more than sharks do.
Okay.
I think they'll go after a human saying, I'll eat that. I think sharks would be like, oops, sorry, man. That's kind of the attitude.
Shark's like, nah, I don't like that.
Yeah, sorry, dog. I thought you were something else. I thought you were a seal.
Until
my thought.
Until they taste that blood, like, oh, Pennington.
Maybe sharks just can't see good.
I don't think they can.
Damn.
We
We should start a charity. Glasses for sharks.
Maybe we get him to Panu Laser.
I got to tell you, I'm a fan of shark comedy.
Okay. It sounds like maybe the one thing you really got to be afraid of is not sharks or gators, but caterpillars. There's apparently this inch-long pus caterpillar here in Florida that they say it's one of the most venomous creatures in the country.
It's fuzzy and it looks cute, too.
Yeah, it does.
And that's how it's deceptive. You'd be like, oh, look at this cute little caterpillar. Ah!
Well, let me hug it? Is that people hugging it?
Well, people go to touch it.
Don't. Yeah. If you see a caterpillar with an orange streak running down its back, stay away. It's got these hair-like bristles, and they'll stick right in your skin. They say the stings are incredibly painful, and you got to get cellophane tape to get the bristles out of your skin.
Oh. It's
Yeah.
Florida-based?
Yeah, they say that it's other states as well, but it's really in Florida. They say during the fall and spring, look out for elm and oak trees. They like to gravitate to those.
Why is this getting publicity now?
I think it's a new caterpillar alert.
This is new.
Well, it's in the fall, yeah. So the fall's its season.
But is this a newer kind of thing that someone brought
I don't know
over?
if it's newer. It's been around a little while, but it's its season, so they're letting people know.
Why the hell are we just hearing about this murderous caterpillar now?
It's fall.
But I'm saying, why did we hear about it 10 years ago?
I don't know. We just got too many killer animals here to keep them all straight, I think. There's a woman in Buffalo, New York that slashed her ex-boyfriend's tires a few months ago and offered to pay for the damage this week. But when they met up, she reached into his car and stabbed him.
Oh, my. She's a squirrely one.
Yeah. He had to drive himself to the hospital where he got stitched up. Now she's facing attempted murder charges.
She's like, ha-ha, gotcha.
Gotcha.
Dummy.
There's an Ohio mom that's now facing a charge after police say she was smoking marijuana inside her vehicle while her 16-year-old son, who didn't have a driver's license, was driving.
Whoopsie.
Yeah, you can't do that.
She said that she was teaching him to drive. Police said, yeah, there might be a problem with that. Let's see what's going on in the car. They then found a loaded gun. That's a problem, too.
Well, I get it. When you're teaching your teen to drive, you do need to relax because it's very high stress, and a little doob might get you there.
Yeah. Probably the only thing worse than letting your unlicensed teen drive the car is letting your dog drive the car. This actually happened in Israel. A 35-year-old man was filming his dog driving his car. He posted on social media, and then they came back and arrested him for reckless driving later.
TikTok making people just lose their minds, y'all.
Yeah.
Trying to go viral.
Trying to go viral. They're losing their minds trying to go viral.
I get it.
And how about this? In North Las Vegas earlier this year, there was a 2-car accident where a speeding woman on cocaine hit a drunk driver high on meth.
Wow, that's a lot.
It's so much that you have to repeat it.
But do they cancel each other out and then, okay, all right, we're good? All of y'all were bad.
Yeah, they all were bad, yeah. But the woman on cocaine's in more trouble because she killed the driver on meth.
Oh, so the one guy died and she lived.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's screwed.
What a bizarre case of...
Yeah.
He died so he gets out of what charges he would have faced.
You're right.
Drug for
no
drug.
charges for you.
I don't know, man. Cocaine or meth. I think I got to go cocaine. If you had to?
If you had to say which one you would drive on, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, and I'm not condoning driving. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
which one would... I
Would
feel
it
like
scare you more? Here's
Yeah.
2 cars.
Pick your favorite.
Yeah, I feel like the person on meth is going to be a little bit more...
Squirrely.
Yes.
Yeah, the one on cocaine, you're going to drive fast.
Yeah, this is not a pro-cocaine statement. This is how my mind works.
Yeah, but on meth, you'll probably be on the train tracks.
And I think you're seeing things,
Meth,
too.
you'd probably go the wrong way.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Can you spot a liar? We're going to have one here on the KVJ Show between myself, Virginia, and Suits. We've each got a story, and you've got to try to tell us which one is the lie.
This is so hard when you put the witch in the equation.
Well,
because...
I like the street cred you're giving me.
Well, because their stories are... I was at a stoplight, Cav, and then I looked over and I saw a homeless man.
Yeah.
And that's your story. I'm like, well, it could have...
Did I give him $1 or not?
Well, that could have happened. It's so easy. I was eating an egg, Cav.
Eating an egg. It's so
All right.
good. It's so good. Is that a lie or not?
She does eat
Was
eggs.
the egg good?
It could have been good, but is it a... Yeah, it's tough.
And then I farted. Did that really happen?
All of that could have farted. It's such a weird, benign story.
a lie?
I'll come over there and fart right on you right now. Make it real.
That is assault. If you ever farted physically on me, I am going to HR. I'm just letting you know that right. It's the only time I'd go to HR.
Tell me when you're going so I can video it and laugh at you.
Okay, I'll start us off here with my story. Back in high school, I was part of a crime ring where we were fencing stolen goods. I actually did this unwittingly. I got a job with a friend of mine's dad, and we would go to all these flea markets, and I would help unload stuff and set it up, and I would get people and sell it, and it was all kinds of knickknacks and weird things like Native American arrowheads and things of the such. And one day after we had gone to Columbus, Ohio to a big old arts bazaar and had sold and made tons of money, I go over to my friend's house and there are all kinds of cars parked all around. A lot of them had sirens. A lot of them were black looking like SUVs. And I saw my friend's dad getting led out in handcuffs and I take off. So I'm like, what the heck is going on? I get a hold of him later. And I'm like, what's happening? And they're all distraught. And they're like, I can't talk about it. My dad is in some serious trouble. And I start freaking out because I'm like, what the heck is going on? Because I had just been with this guy 18 hours earlier in his car in Columbus. Turns to find out that he was part of a big multinational crime ring that stretched all the way from Canada down through North America, where they would go and hold people up at their homes.
Oh my
and
gosh.
he was part of it. They would use guns and all that and steal the goods. And he was the main guy that was fencing it. And I was his right-hand man that would sell stuff. And somehow I was always worried for probably 5 to 10 years later that one day the feds were going to come arrest me.
Oh, dang.
And maybe saying this right now is probably not a good idea because maybe they will.
Watching his mannerisms, he looked a little shifty when he told that story.
That's just his eyes.
Yeah, it's true. I just got shifty, beady eyes.
They're horrifying.
It's hard to tell.
Man, I gotta tell you though, what a story! What a crew you ran with.
Would you mind putting on these sunglasses?
No, I've got mine on there.
All right,
Probably should, yeah. I probably should when I tell these stories.
you are
Yeah, you don't
Oh,
know.
much better.
Yeah, okay.
not a shifty now.
Yeah, you don't know. Am I
tell the
telling the
truth.
truth or a lie? Was that all a lie? Or
Now
is that,
you're believable.
Now I
is that
believe
true?
you. Now I think it's a truthful story.
Yeah. Okay, Virginia, what is your story?
Drunk promises. I always get myself in trouble when I make drunk promises and then I forget what I've promised. So the beginning of Bamboozle was great. I don't have any issue whatsoever, but the end of Bamboozle is a little fuzzy. And I guess I made a drunk promise to my girlfriend that I'm going to watch her kid tonight and tomorrow night while she's working. Panda's out of town. These were my nights to be free and clear, and I was so excited. But now I'm babysitting somebody else's kid because I drunk promised it and forgot and got reminded yesterday.
Okay.
All right, well, she's consistent, keeping on theme. Horrible story.
Could have very easily happened.
I mean, Kevin tells us the finale of a
Crime
Breaking Bad
Syndicate.
type of a series. You're coming to, Kevin got drunk, I got to babysit. What?
And about milk.
Lowered the bar for me. I feel much better now.
I got to feed this kid, too.
The drama.
Gotta make a mac and cheese.
Unbelievable.
99 cents a box.
Oh, Kev, I'm beside myself. Kev, I drank too much.
Is that a lie? What do you think?
I mean, it could have happened. But it also should just be lying about the dumbest crap.
It's amazing.
All right, Suits, what is your story here? We'll try to figure out if it's a truth or a lie.
So on Saturday morning, I had kind of a weird experience. I was looking forward to having a nice, chill Saturday. I had nowhere to go, so when I woke up first thing in the morning, that's like my quiet time because nobody else is up as early as I am. So I got up, and there was a knock at the door, which I thought was odd because it was like 7:15 in the morning. And when I opened it, there was a package there. I didn't order it. I assumed my mom did. I brought it in the house. No big deal. Well, because it's Saturday morning, I smoked a little bit, got wake and bake. I like doing that.
Because it's Saturday morning. That's the only time.
Well, I have to be here. I can't wake and bake other mornings. So I did that on Saturday, and right after I finished, somebody else knocks at the door.
Uh-oh.
And I'm like, oh, God, I don't want to deal with this. But I go over there anyway, and I open the door, and there's some guy there, and he asks if I've seen a package because one was delivered, but he didn't see it at his house. So I look at the package that's literally right next to the door, and it doesn't have my name on it or my mom's. I'm like, oh, yeah, this got to be yours. Well, this guy flips a switch, and it starts accusing me of stealing the package from him like I'm a porch pirate. Starts yelling at me. He's like, you know what? I should call the cops on you for taking that.
Dang, it was on your porch.
I'm like, dude, they delivered it to me. I didn't even read the package, but he would not believe me. He's like full on going off.
If it's on your porch, you're not stealing it.
I don't have to look at the label when I bring it in the house, but
No.
he is going off on me. So thankfully we have that Ring doorbell, and I just took out my cell phone while he was just going yapping nonstop. Didn't even say anything. I took out the Ring doorbell footage and just held it up. And it showed the girl with the Amazon truck in the background dropping the package off 45 minutes ago. Doesn't even apologize. The guy looks really annoyed and just goes, oh, okay, well, thank you, and just walks away.
What a douche.
Total D-bag.
Wow.
People don't own their mistakes. Ugh.
Pretty high, so the whole time I'm like, wait, what
Oh,
the hell is happening
he's all
right now?
paranoid.
I'm like, don't
I'm
call the
high,
cops.
Maybe I did steal it. I don't know. Wow.
That's
tough.
fun.
Yeah,
Y'all
interesting
both
morning.
told great stories.
You all did tell. You two told great stories.
Virginia, you told the story.
It's her stories are so whack that it throws off the whole. Like I don't know who's lying.
You don't even know how to react.
No, I don't know anymore.
You can't figure it out.
I think Kevin is the liar.
Okay.
No, I'm sorry. You're telling the truth, Kevin.
I'm telling the truth.
You're
Okay.
telling the truth. Virginia is telling the truth. Suits is your liar. He's lying.
Suits is
me.
a liar.
He's
Okay.
lying.
But he likes to wake and bake.
But I think there's part truth to the story. That's the thing that's tough about Kevin. He'll give you a story you heard before, and then he throws in some crazy detail that does not happen, that never happened, and it turns into a lie. Y'all are in my head, and not
Okay.
for good reasons.
Bird just doesn't even know what to do with this.
Suits is lying.
All right, who is our liar here today? You heard 3 different stories. I told you about how I was part of an international crime syndicate back in high school and was fencing stolen goods. Didn't even realize it, but the guy who was in charge of the crime ring still in prison to this day for all the armed robberies that he had committed.
Who knew you were such a badass?
Yeah, I was. I was hanging with a rough crowd, Virginia.
What happened to you? You lost that edge.
know, I
Look
got
at
soft,
you.
yeah.
Nah, it's
Vanilla.
It's still buried down there somewhere. That edge can come out at any point.
Virginia got drunk and promised that she'd babysit somebody.
There's more to the story, right, Kev? Clearly.
No, that's it.
Got ya.
It's going to be a lot.
And then Suits, after waking and baking, was accused falsely of being a porch pirate.
Rough way to wake up in the morning.
Yeah. Okay, so who is our liar here with the story?
It's Suits.
Okay, you're saying Suits?
Yeah, he did some other things after he told this story that makes me feel like it's definitely him.
Why is that?
Defended a little too hard.
Okay.
He answered more questions about the story after, still trying to push the agenda that he's not lying. I see it,
Okay.
and I hear you, Suits.
It's real close, and so far the chat room believes Suits is the liar. 40% of the votes are for him. 36% don't believe that I'm hard enough to be a part of an international crime ring.
That's why I know why you're that's why you're telling the truth, because the headline is so salacious, international crime ring and all this kind of stuff like that. It's to elude people the other way.
Denny's in there says he thinks you're the liar, Kev.
Okay, Denny's
He's going with you. He thinks you would have told that story by now.
Okay. 25% say that it is Virginia. So pretty much everybody believes that Virginia is the one telling the truth. It's either between Suits or me, and it's close. But Suits is the liar. Suits, are you the liar?
Nope. That absolutely happened.
Bird, you're wrong.
That's nothing new. Kevin, are you the liar? If Virginia's lying again, Kevin, did you lie?
No.
So Virginia's the liar? I can't.
I'm not babysitting. Ain't no babies. Ain't no babies.
She's ruining another bit.
She's ruining another bit.
No, I'm just ruining your life, and you can't handle it.
Last week it was cute. This week I'm mad.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
In your head. In your head.
Then she dances. I'm off tonight. I don't gotta.
No babysitting for me.
What a lame story.
Who wants to go to the bar, by the way?
Lamest of stories I've ever heard.
It's all made up.
I mean,
She just out of her own creative mind came up with that.
did you forget about the bit and then made it up as you were going along on the air?
No,
No,
I
we talked about it all day yesterday.
It's
All
almost
day
worse.
Yesterday. We took all day yesterday to work it out.
I would have respected it more if you would have made it up on the fly.
No, I planned it.
You put a lot of work into that.
That's
But-
your girl. That's your girl.
Beating you every week.
I don't know if that's impressive. I'm easily duped.
Just can't believe it.
I can't.
Can't believe it. Yeah, there you go. All right. Well, there you go. Virginia's the liar. Who saw that coming, huh? Yeah, crazy. Just keeping you on your toes, Bird.
Oh yeah.
Keeping you on your toes.
Dance, monkey.
I'm dancing.
People are wanting to know some more of the details. Me being a part of an international crime syndicate back when I was in high school.
Unknowingly.
Unknowingly.
I heard
Yeah.
that story before, and it's crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy. It was one of my really good friends, and I was really tight with her whole family, and I would spend my weekends going to all these trade shows and helping him sell goods, and I got a good bit of money from doing it. It was kind of like my little side hustle going on. And yeah, one day I was going over to her house, and it was swarmed with cops and all this kind of stuff. I'm like, what the heck is going on? And we kind of known about it because she had had parties, and we were kind of crawling around, and we found all kinds of stuff, including a whole cache of guns. And that's where I was like, ooh, that's kind of odd. Yeah, as it turned out, her dad was part of this crime syndicate. He always claimed that he was innocent, but as the trial went on, it sounded like he was part of a group of guys, and they would go and rob people in Canada and all over, armed robberies, and that's what all the guns were for. And then they would take all that stuff, and I was helping him fence all that material. I don't know how I was never questioned about this, because I went on like every single trip he went and was a part of it, unloading this stuff, loading it
Well,
back
he probably
up.
never rolled over on you because you were a minor.
Yeah.
And he felt bad about involving you. And if nobody in the crime syndicate fingers you.
Yeah, because I only had one contact, and it was him. So
Right.
I didn't know. He would have been the point person talking to everybody else.
And you and his daughter were like very close friends.
Yeah.
He didn't want to do that to his daughter.
Well, and I remember when he was convicted, I think he got 30 to 35 years.
Damn.
Because all the gun specs.
Yeah,
that had
armed
gone on to
robbery,
that.
bruh.
Yeah, and then you know what? The whole family disowned him, and they don't even talk about him. And so
Wow.
I've since that happened, since he was convicted, and she told me, she's like, we don't speak of him. I've not brought him up to her, so I don't know if he ever got out or what happened with him. I mean, it would be about that time where he probably either is out or is about to get out. From what
Or maybe he
happened.
might have already got out too, you know, with
I
good
don't know.
behavior and
Yeah.
Or maybe he stayed in and just loved being in prison. Loved it.
He just, yeah.
He thrived in there.
Maybe. Institutionalized.
Institutionalized.
Yeah. So there you go. So somehow I'm still out walking around. Okay. All right.
You're a badass.
Yeah. Part of an international crime syndicate. And it was because it was Canada all the way through Mexico.
Damn.
Yeah.
Kevin was in that.
deal.
I was in a gang, and we're a couple badasses.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
you were in a
Hard, man.
gang.
Yeah, ask one of my high school supervisors, and they'll tell you something different. The KCP, Killer Clown Posse.
Oh, yeah. You were a part of that?
There really was a KCP, Kelsey City Posse.
But they didn't think that you were in it when they figured it all out.
They thought I was in the Kelsey City Posse at first when they started interviewing me. They go, wait, you're the Killer Clown Posse? Oh, this guy's dumb. Get him out of here.
He just took their initials.
But I got that in-house suspension, yo.
So is this a truth or a lie? Did the FBI drop by our studios yesterday after I was talking about the Victoria's Secret Angels and Demons special on Hulu? I just couldn't believe, and I'm still flabbergasted after watching one key critical part that centers on Palm Beach County, talking about a former Palm Beach Sheriff's officer named John Mark Dugan, who had been the lead detective on the Jeffrey Epstein case. It was going on here with this Palm Beach mansion and them trafficking girls through it. John Mark Duggan had turned over 700 CDs containing video evidence of men engaging in sexual activity with women at Jeffrey Epstein's Palm Beach mansion. And then the guy takes off and leaves for Russia and doesn't come back.
That doesn't seem suspicious.
Yeah. And nobody knows who's on these videos, what's going on. So far, the only people that have been indicted is Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. But the crazy thing about it was the special went on to talk about how there might have been CIA involvement because Epstein was critical in taking Les Wexner's money and buying this CIA-led airline called Southern Air Transport that relocated from Miami to Columbus, and they were moving goods all over the place. And they believe that Les Wexner might have been tied to Mossad, which is kind of like the Israeli CIA. They're very good, maybe even better than our CIA, but the same level of stuff. He was very pro-Israel in that, and they were wondering what was going on because Jeffrey Epstein went to see Bill Clinton at the White House 12 times right before this sale happened. And Jeffrey Epstein would tell people he was a CIA asset. And when he got that slap on the wrist from Alex Acosta, the U.S. attorney, he had said, my higher-up said that Jeffrey Epstein was a CIA asset and don't go heavy on him.
And I have questions about that, too. Who were the higher-ups? Name them. Because if somebody calls me and says, hey, I'm a higher-up at your broadcasting company, Hubbard, I need you to look the other way on these crimes that Kevin is doing and give Kevin a slap on the wrist. I know who that higher up is. Otherwise, I don't follow orders.
Yeah.
So Acosta needs to say who that person is. I got a big problem with that story.
So yesterday, I had received an email that was forwarded to me by Randy, our program director. And she was just kind of laughing. She was like, yeah, seems legit. And it was an email, somebody saying that, yeah, hey, I was searching for a radio station. I heard that Kevin of Virginia were inquiring about info on the Epstein's scandals. Well, this person said that they were a former TV producer and they had some information. And then I was talking to Captain KVJ, and he said, yeah, there was some guy that stopped by the lobby yesterday. Now, you said this guy was trying to say that he was from the FBI?
He was legit.
Are you sure?
I'm nervous right now talking about this because this guy intimidated me.
Did he show you a badge?
No, he didn't show me a badge, but he walked in and he had a suit on. He came in and his demeanor was like, is Kevin Roston here? I'm like, no. And he's like, is Virginia here? I'm like, no. He's like, oh, I have some information. I'm like, okay. About some Epstein. They were talking about it on the air. I'm like, okay. He's like, this is my number. He's like, but tell him to text me. I have good information about it. I'm like, okay. He was very intimidating. He was like making it seem like he was up there in rank. And so he's like, but tell him to text me. Don't call. So I could set an appointment with them and I could come in and we could talk about the Epstein. I have a lot of information about them. I know Kevin was waiting for somebody to contact him. I got better information. So he gave me his number, his name. I was so nervous writing down his number. He started speaking to me in Spanish.
Oh.
Because I was so nervous because the way
he knew you spoke Spanish.
Yeah. And then after that, he's like, I speak French too. I was like, oh, okay.
Oh.
So he spoke French. Yeah. And I was like, I was so nervous. And on top of that,
he's trying really hard to prove that he might be a guy that would be an agent.
Right. Yeah. I like literally
multiple languages.
Exactly.
Demeanor.
I even asked him for a card. And he was like, no. He was like, just take down my information. Then when I gave him my information, he wanted me to put the time, the date on it. I was like, are you kidding me? He's like, no. He's like, I want you to put down your number where I could reach you. I was like, well, you could call the station number and you could contact me by then. So I gave him the station number.
Yeah.
I even gave him my government name. I was like, Captain KVJ. And I was like,
that's your government name?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I was
changed
like,
it. He's
9/6/2020, and the time, which was in the afternoon when he came through.
Okay. I'll hey, I don't know. I mean, it smells like, I mean, I'm so used to, now I don't know because I thought Christian Wilkins was catfishing us, and it turns out that is true, but I never believe anybody. I never believe anybody.
But
that
Christian's
I'm like,
he's the only one that hasn't catfished. Out of everything this sounds like the Wheel of Fortune thing where they made me and Denny's drive down a Wheel of Fortune and it was catfish. Did you say he gave you his number?
He gave me his number, yeah.
We haven't called it yet?
No.
Okay.
I'll call it.
Give me that number.
Well, he
I
said
will-
text it. So text it.
Yeah, I gave it. Denny's has it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's text him from Denny's phone then. So
And
if he
I know he's listening because he tells me he listens. So he's listening to the
Okay.
show right now and to the
right.
podcast.
Okay, well, we'll check out because apparently we've got a former TV producer and an FBI agent that are going to help us out with information so we can get this out and the people who should be brought to justice in the Jeffrey Epstein story can be brought to justice. I would love nothing more than that.
we'll all be dead by Friday.
Good luck. Good luck.
I was part of an international crime syndicate, Virginia. You think I'm scared of this?
If this guy's listening, I hope you know that Jaybird's part of the KCP. Killer
That's
Clown
it.
Posse, dog.
The bad part about it, I'm the first one in the front, so he's gonna have to come through me before he gets to you guys.
Right, you get shot first.
Exactly. I'm the one who has to buzz him in.
But I feel better about that because I trust in you.
No, we're about to get you some Kevlar.
I'm telling you. He had a suit and everything when he came in. I was
Oh,
like,
suit, he had a suit.
And
He
on
had a
top,
suit.
and on
Suits
top of
has
that,
a suit.
he had his he had a face mask on.
A
so
face
yeah,
mask,
I'm like,
Virginia.
I'm looking at him like, oh my god.
He's afraid of COVID?
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, oh.
It doesn't feel like the FBI should be afraid of COVID.
What time did this guy come around?
It was in the afternoon. Like I want to say maybe like 1 something.
I love that people think we're at the station all day long, even in the afternoon.
We just go to our room, chill till the next show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I respect that. We'll definitely follow through. We'll see. Is there anything to it? Do we have another catfishing caper for the KVJ show? We will find out coming up. So we got somebody claiming to be part of the FBI with information about Jeffrey Epstein. He's going to bring it to us. We're all kind of leaning on catfish. Somebody's trying to fool us, but we're trying to do our own investigation. Apparently, he left a phone number with an area code that is centered in Texas. So, okay, does that make you an agent? I don't know. He spoke several different languages to Captain KVJ, and apparently whatever energy he brought in, he convinced Captain KVJ because he was like, he had a suit
He had a suit.
on, he had a mask.
Spoke
like
French.
He works with, from what I understand, he works with the FBI and Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah, but the only thing that kind of tips me off is you're right. He did show up later in the afternoon, like 1 or 2 p.m., asking if we're here, but wouldn't somebody who is a professional investigator be able to see our hours online?
It's odd.
It is odd. I do question that. So I don't know, but we will follow up and see what's happening. Is it a KVJ catfish or is it a legit that we will get privileged information behind the scenes of what's going on with Epstein and we can expose it right here on the KVJ show and bring these scumbags to justice?
And are there two different sources trying to give us stuff? A reporter separate from this FBI person? I think we should hear them
I'm all
both
for it
out.
because I will be the mouthpiece for this story because it incenses me and drives me crazy that we're sitting here not getting any further with all this evidence that is apparently out there.
And it sounds like he's asking for Kevin in Virginia. Doesn't want anything to do with the bird, which is fine. Maybe I'm in cahoots with this guy. Is that a truth or is that a lie? I'm in your head now.
It's all a mystery.
You're insane.
I'm insane. This whole operation's insane. We all share insanity.
This is serious. You need to take this operation
Oh, yeah,
serious.
this is serious.
Stop goofing around, Pennington. We're about to uncover some S-bomb.
I do not like Virginia ever calling me by my last name. I don't like it. Yeah, Pennington. I don't like it.
Yeah, Pennington.
Look, this just got serious. This just got real.
I want this to be real.
Captain KVJ is
No doubt.
nervous.
I know he is.
He looks shook,
He
actually.
does look shook.
All the color drained out of his damn
It
face.
did, I know, he looked
While he was
pale.
telling the story, I was like, oh, somebody get him a Pepsi.
Somebody got to him.
He looked like he lost all his color.
He's
Somebody
rattled. Somebody got to him.
They got to him.
They did, whoever it was.
That's the term they got to him.
They got
Someone
to
got
him.
to him.
Somebody got to Captain KVJ.
Comment allez-vous?
He's shook. He's shook. So what do you think about Shaquille O'Neal opening up a chicken joint here in South Florida? Kind of crazy stuff.
I am here for it. I'm a big fan of Shaq.
Oh,
Let's
I know.
go.
He does good stuff. Of course, he was a member of a World Championship Miami Heat team back in the day, in the 2000s. And now he's going to be dropping all kinds of delicious fried chicken on us. His fried chicken franchise that he founded in 2018 is a little under the radar. I guess you could have gone with like Shack's Chicken Shack or something like that, or Chicken Shack, you could have called it. But instead, he's kind of keeping his name off of it for the most part. You wouldn't even realize that it is him. It is simply going to be called like Big Chicken. Is the name that he's going to have. 45 franchises are going to be opening up in Florida, with Fort Lauderdale and West Palm Beach slated to open up first. In Lauderdale, late 2022, so the end of this year, you're going to get it in early 2023 for West Palm.
Fun.
Then Miami, you got one coming, and then Tampa, Orlando, and Fort Myers are going to follow till they open up 45 of these places.
And it's fast food or it's sit down?
It sounds like it's kind of like fast casual.
Like a Chili's.
If I had to say, if I just saw, and I'm judging on the photos and what they have that you could get. The menu features tenders, chicken wings, sliders, and mac and cheese.
So to me, Chili's is a restaurant, Virginia. That's not fast casual to me. That's a sit down
This
restaurant.
This probably like a Five Guys kind of.
Yeah, that what I would
feel,
consider like a Moe's.
Yeah,
those type.
That'd be where I would guess that Shack's Chicken Joint's going to be.
I get it, Kevin.
Don't yell at me.
Well, we're talking about something near dear to my heart: fried chicken.
Well, just simmer down.
And you can get great deals at Bud Chicken and Seafood right now.
Plug.
They've got sandwiches, including the Big and Sloppy.
Oh, yes, Daddy.
That is going to have mac and cheese on it.
Mac and cheese and a chicken sandwich?
Yep.
Bird.
You know that I'm committed to Bud's.
Oh, you would get down on that like a slut.
You could do that at Bud's Chicken, and they have mac and cheese. You could throw that thing right on their chicken sandwich.
Shaquille O'Neal's going to have the Big Aristotle, which is going to have Munster cheese, fried onions, and Memphis-style barbecue sauce.
Ooh.
And then, this is the only thing that will let you know that it's his chicken joint. There is a sandwich called the Shack Attack with pepper jack, jalapeno slaw, spicy chipotle barbecue sauce.
All right.
The sides at Big Chicken is going to include Cheez-It crusted mac and cheese.
Oh.
The jalapeno slaw and sweet potato french fries. And they're also going to be known for their milkshakes.
I'm down with this Big Chicken. Any locations?
Yes.
Have they listed them?
Yep.
I know you said West Palm and Fort Lauderdale, but any specific streets?
They don't have that yet.
Okay.
Not the exact locations, just the cities is all they've announced so far. And they're kind of, I guess, want to kaboom, surprise you as they open up.
So I'm going to war with Shaq now. Chicken wars. Let them rage on. We'll see who's still standing. Shaq.
Based on size and demeanor, I'm going Shaq. Yeah, 45 right out of the chute right here. And that's just in Florida.
Wow.
That's
a bold move.
That's probably why he's doing it, because he's got so many locations and
I mean, going big.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he is not messing around.
Look, some people have their own sandwich. Some people got their own sauce. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Well, and you've also got that Cane's that is getting ready to pop in Florida, too. I know we've got, there's probably 6 or 7 different locations that people have said, all the way from Royal Palm to Davie and Broward that's going to be opening
like already hiring.
Did Cane's start in northern Florida, or did Cane's come out from the west?
Cane's came from Baton Rouge.
So it's New Orleans?
Came from Louisiana.
Louisiana, I mean?
Yep. Right outside the gates of LSU is
That's
where it
the
started.
headquarters.
That's the first Cane's.
Okay.
It was in Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
And you had them?
No, because they were right after I was at LSU. They weren't there when I was there.
Okay. So I guess we don't know. That's going to be the big thing. What is going to be?
I've had them. I've had Cane's because
Okay.
they're all over Louisiana now. I've had Cane's.
Well, that's what
But I didn't have them when I was at LSU. They were after me.
Okay. Yeah, so I wonder, is the chicken wars really get crazy with Big Chicken and Cane's? Who comes out winning?
I mean, that's a lot of chicken.
That is a lot of chicken.
Somebody ain't going to survive.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is there enough chicken for everybody in this town? Maybe there is. There's enough for everyone to get a piece of the pie.
Is Popeyes nervous? Churches should be nervous.
Yeah.
See, this is why we have a chicken war, because people like you want to keep it going.
Sorry. A chicken war makes better chicken for all of us.
All right.
I want to debate that. So bad, but the show's over.
After the show on the way in about 10 minutes, Bird, wrap us up with your thought for the day.
We've talked a lot about the wind today.
The wind.
When the wind of change blows, some people build walls, others build windmills.
What?
Oh.
Windmills?
Windmills. Windmills.
A meal made out of wind? It doesn't sound very fulling.
Okay, chicken.
Doesn't sound very fulling?
Oh, you all got a lot of nerve. You all got a lot of nerve.
The KVJ Show on 97.9 WRMF.